For life.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
Gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a little fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing.
Lobito! Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
All right. This is King Bucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. Mr. BDA will be joining us later on. Yep, interesting show, guys. Controversial show. That's what we like. And you know what? Did you guys see that video from Deontay Wilder where he's addressing his fans? I should start talking like that. Because your king is gonna be back. We gonna be back. Yo, king. Wakanda. Saint Brit says, Bucho, the title, you freaking love the drama. Well, listen. The title was gonna be something like Mikey Garcia versus Jessie Vargas countdown. Which technically it is the countdown right now. We're gonna be talking more about that fight and the undercard. The zone. Great fight. Great card. So we're gonna obviously talk about that now, but I just wanted to, touch upon this subject about the Larry Merchant. Listen, some people were saying that this comment was racist. It wasn't racist. It would have been racist if he says there's no longer is this the last black African champion, something like that. That would have been racist. But he's talking about America, and it's true. Listen, there isn't that many American heavyweights now. We're going back to the Klitschko era here. Nobody can, we don't have any. Well, I'm talking the American continent. I'm not American. But they're all in Europe, right? All the contenders. Dubois, Usyk could snatch a title over there. Hrgovic. Although, Hrgovic, I know El Dog keeps talking about Hrgovic. I don't know how good that guy is yet, but, he's certainly more likely to challenge for a title than, I don't know, Baby Miller, because we don't know what the hell's going to happen with that guy. So what Larry Merchant said wasn't racist. It was actually true. It was an actual question that we should debate and discuss. All right, we have Stu here, but I don't know if he's still there. Stu. Yeah, I don't know. But we do have Mark. Mark, what's up?
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Is Deontay Wilder the last great American black hope?
I'll save my thoughts till later in the show. If I give it all away early, it'll be boring.
Okay. Are you excited about tonight's card?
I'm excited about the card. Yes,
The
of course
zone.
I'm excited about the card. Mikey Garcia versus Jessie Vargas.
That's right.
It's a good fight for Mikey at welterweight. See how he is. See if he can be competitive outside of the elite. See if he can fight in that top 15 bracket. Chocolatito, if he wins tonight, he becomes a 3-decade world champion. He's fighting against Caligifoy. Caligifoy is, I believe, Caligifoy is one of maybe the longest champion currently in boxing right now. If I'm not mistaken, he's close to it. He's one of the top 5 for sure. And then like you've got this really exciting young Mexican fighter, Ray Martinez, Julio Cesar Martinez, who's been just bulldozing through good opposition, and he's taken on EBU champion Jay Harris, and you've the return of Joseph Parker, who's kind of boring, but you've the return of
Yeah.
Joseph Parker. So all in all, it's a good card, and you've got young Uzbekistani prospect on the card, Israel Madribov, who looks to be everything
Yeah.
but a world champion right now.
Yeah, it's a great card. Great card. Competitive fights, I would say. Some of them are like showcase fights, I guess. But
Well,
overall, it's a good card.
it's kind of crazy that Calyafoy is the bookie's favorite against Chocolatito. Now I know Chocolatito he lost to Rungvislu. That was over 2 years ago now. He hasn't been very active, but he was pound for pound number 1 rated by Ring Magazine, and now people seem to think he's shot.
Don't you
So
think he's shot?
that's a very competitive fight.
Yeah, but has
Very
he shown? Has Chocolatito showed us signs that he's actually like back?
Well, when he fought Fuentes, he absolutely annihilated him, and Calyafoy hasn't really beat anybody better than Fuentes.
That's a good
I
point.
mean, Calyafoy in his last fight, most people thought he won a robbery decision against Israel Gonzalez. That was a lot of people. So, yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
Interesting card.
We'll see.
Interesting
We'll
card.
see tonight. We'll see tonight. But if he wins, he becomes a 3-decade world champion.
3 decades? Holy shit!
Yeah, he picked up his first title in the 2000s. Then he was champion for quite a long time in the 2010s. And if he wins tonight in the 2020s, he's a 3-decade world champion. So, shout out to Chocolatito.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be. I guess most of us are gonna be rooting for Chocolatito.
Well, that's the dream, because if he beats Yafoy, you know that it's not going to be too far away from us getting that Estrada Chocolatito rematch for Chocolatito Estrada too. Because the first fight was earlier in
that was a long
Gallo
time ago.
Estrada's
Man.
career. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
earlier in his career. Chocolatito was in his prime. Now you would say Estrada's more so in his prime.
Yeah.
So it'd be big for his resume. So also I saw something. I saw Eddie Hearn tweet about the fight, right? And he put it on his thing. He retweets it from DAZN, and they actually had Chocolatito with the Mexican flag. DAZN did, and that made me go, "What? He's Nicaraguan." So
They fucked it up, man.
they definitely did.
Oh well, no matter what. That's a great fight. That's a great fight. Let's go to the chat here. Bob Weaver says, not a Wilder fan, but I urge him to sack Diaz and get with a good defensive coach. Well, by the way, Wilder just announced that he will not be firing. What's his other guy's
Mark
name?
Breland.
Mark Breland. That's right. So I guess this is what I think. I think he wanted to fire the guy, but then he saw the backlash from all the people on the internet, and so now he's backtracking. He's saying that but why would he even come out with that statement? So he was thinking of firing him. So that just tells you Wilder is fucking. I don't know. He's losing it. Johnny Boy says.
You know what I think?
Yes, go ahead.
I don't think he did want to fire him. I don't think he ever thought about it. I think in the heat of the moment, this is what I genuinely believe. He fired him because he's so emotional, which means he's broken. He is broken. His emotions are gone. He's making all of these rash statements, rash decisions, going backwards and forwards on everything he's saying. Take it from a man who goes backwards and forwards all of the time and is mentally broken. That dude is fucked.
But could that change in a few weeks, in a month? You know, it's still fresh.
That video he did, I don't know if it was yesterday or earlier.
Yeah.
Like the sort of thing you'd expect from Charles Manson, not the fucking heavyweight champion of the world, man. The guy freaked me out, man. They're like some cult leader. I mean, come on. The guy's lost it. I told you he'd lose it. Mentally. Like I said, mate, he won all the ticket as it was, and you know, that beating let's be real, this is not a beating he took in front of a couple of people outside a pub. This is a beating he took in front of millions and millions of people around the world, and the internet's a a horrible place to be when you've just been knocked out in front of everyone. I mean, the memes, the mockery. So yeah, look, I said on the show yesterday, I don't think he can bounce back.
Damn. I mean, we're not gonna even give the guy the benefit of the doubt. You know, it's not. He hasn't. Even, it's been a week actually, exactly a week when he lost. So maybe we're exaggerating, but I have to agree with Stu and Mark. I think he's mentally broken, man. I'm sorry, but just the statements, the fact that he wanted to fire Breland, or there was the discussion of firing Breland. This latest video is just creepy and strange, right?
Bucho, if he wasn't mentally broken, he would have just said, "Okay, Tyson Fury was the better man that night. Salute, hats off to him."
Like Joshua. Remember Joshua? This is what's so interesting about Joshua, because I remember Joshua, he just said, because I guess he really believes that he's a great boxer. So after he lost against Ruiz, all he said was, you know, congratulations or something like that, you know, and
Nah,
what did
bro.
he say?
Joshua was coming up with a bunch of excuses too. Oh, he got dropped in sparring. I didn't fucking. And he
No, hold on, Johnny.
No,
No, he didn't do that.
he
It was
didn't
the
say
fans
that.
who did that.
His fans said that.
Yeah, he speaks to the fans.
He didn't say, Johnny, come on. I made a video on this. Like, it was on BDA Live. I was telling all of the... It was all of the fans, though. It was the fans, though. It was Joshua's fans making up all of the excuses, not Joshua. Joshua applauded Andy Ruiz and said he'll beat him in the rematch.
And he did. So that's the thing. I don't think Wilder believes he can beat... Well, I don't know, man. Maybe he's that crazy. What's going through Wilder's mind right now?
That he's a king.
You really think he believes that? Or it's
he's a warrior. He's a king. The war has just begun.
Yeah, the war has just begun. It's like, guy, it's the second fight already. Like, the war has not just begun.
It's not even a rematch. We just had the rematch. It's like the rematch of the rematch. Like, dude got annihilated. Like, that's not... Look, what kind of king goes in, gets absolutely annihilated, and thinks that a kingdom is still there? The kingdom is fallen. The Gypsy King arose.
If this was World War II, we'd already be at the invasion of Sicily.
Mate, I'm just saying, like, this is it's so funny. It really is. Like, at the end of the day, Wilder wants to be a trendsetter. He's like, we are trendsetters. We are kings. We can lead by example. What, by getting knocked the hell out by a fat cokehead?
That's a great
example. I love your picture, Bucho. I love your picture. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That is amazing picture.
For those of you who can't see the picture, it's me naked, basically. So thank you, Mark.
No, it is not Bucho naked. That is something I would never want to see. I categorically deny those homosexual claims. I am completely and utterly 100% looking at Tyson Fury with a crown on his head.
I'm your king.
Ryan Garcia would like to see Bucho naked.
Yeah. Let's see what we're saying in the chat here. The Gypsy King of Wakanda in the chat says, the bros bomber is no king. Listen, I don't want to disrespect Wilder. He's a boxer, and you know, I think he can come back. I just don't think he can beat top heavyweights. And I've always thought that. I always thought it was going to be difficult. I even said that Dylan White had a good chance of beating him. And everybody's like, no, he's going to knock him out. I'm like, now let's be honest. If Wilder fights Dylan White, it's like a 50-50 fight, man. Or White has a very good chance.
I don't know about that. Like, I think it's always kind of the same chance. People are talking about the blueprint. Tyson Fury showed the blueprint. Everybody knew the blueprint. Get on top of him. Don't let him try to right hand and you'll knock him out. It's easier said than done still. It's not like the dude is completely terrible. He's gotten through 40 fights.
The thing is, though, Mark, you say everyone knew the blueprint. That didn't seem to be the case, bro. I mean, we seem to know it on here, but when you look around boxing, the pundits, the analysts, none of them knew the fucking blueprint. They thought the best way to go about it was do the Ben Davison game plan again. Get knocked out.
That was stupid.
Slapping.
Of course it was,
moving.
bro. This is what I'm amazed at. I'm amazed that I go all around the internet looking at analysts and no one can believe what Tyson Fury did. I've seen Tyson Fury do that before. I know he had it in him. That's what I said. He's got it in him to do that, fight on the inside, rough him up and maul him. I've seen him do it. None of these analysts that get paid to fucking spot these things out, seen it. They all thought that the slick fucking back foot Ben Davison game plan was the way to go. And like I said, that would have got him knocked out. So
You know why, Stu?
it's just amazing.
Stu, because this is the logic now that goes around in boxing. It's like, oh, you have a puncher. How do you beat a puncher? Oh, you box him.
Exactly.
Like, not necessarily. You fight fire with fire. Remember Rocky 5? Remember Rocky 5? Fire with fire. What was something that? No, it was hard in fire. Whatever.
Like I said.
Yeah.
Like I said, people just hear sound bites.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that's gonna win you a fight.
Has just begun. Your king has not left you. For I am a warrior, and I have arisen. Fuck out of here.
Yo, you think he was on something?
That's some good herb, man.
Wilder's done himself no favours, man. Because, like I said, if he'd have just kept his mouth shut, took his loss, we'd all forgot about it by now. But no, this guy he's just keeping himself in the media and as the laughing stock as well. This is not like, they say bad media is good media sort of thing because you're getting attention.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. He's a laughing stock. He's getting mocked all over the world. I mean, and then he comes out and does that video, like, fucking hell, man. Whose idea was that?
And apparently now Larry Merchant's the Grand Cyclops of the KKK, because I just did a stream on this morning. Mark was there. Apparently Larry Merchant's the Grand Cyclops of the Klan because he fucking said, I think this is the last black heavyweight coming out of the South, like we've seen time and time again.
Yeah. Look, I watched it. Butcho sent me a link. I watched it. Larry Merchant was trying to tiptoe round the point.
Political correctness.
He was trying to be political correct as he could, but he's stuck in his old ways. Look, I know where he was coming from it. I don't agree with the statement because there's no one on this planet can predict that there won't be another black heavyweight champion from the South. There could be a 15-year-old boy in the South now, as we talk, that could turn out to be a Mike Tyson. You just don't know. So for him to say that, it's a ridiculous statement. But also, I don't believe it was racist. He tried to. This is the thing with the old school people, because they're not used to this political correct Sawyer boy shit. They're not used to how to tiptoe around a point without offending people, sort of thing.
Yes, still, and not to mention he's 90 years old, bro. 90 or 88. Like, bro, just fucking. And you're gonna. Now I got a bunch of 30 and 40-year-old LDBC Pentito fucking snitch rat motherfuckers coming over here attacking a 90-year-old, bro. Like I say, I wish he'd do that shit around me. I'd break your jaw.
But was what Larry Merchant said even racist? I don't think it was racist at all. Like, and he asked, by the way, guys, it wasn't a statement. It was a question. Like
Bucho.
Yes.
And on top of that, like, look.
You're breaking up, Johnny. Okay. You're breaking up. Breaking up.
Look. I see what he was going with it. Because, like I said, America, he's probably saw Deontay Wilder as America's last hope. And America's stuck in this way where, I don't know why they think like this, but they think it's only black Americans. Only black Americans can be black, sort of thing. It's a mindset they've seen to get over there. They're forgetting that there's already a world champion that's black. Anthony Joshua, he doesn't have. Why does he have to be a black American?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So I just don't. I don't get this black hope stuff. How can you want a black hope when Joshua's already a champion? This is why that white hope. When these clowns from the LDBC talk about white hope, that was long time ago. They're talking about the fucking. They're talking about the Henry Cooper days, man. Look. Them days of white hope are over. You've only got to look at the pound for pound list.
Well, you know how it works with the United States. They need an American champion, whether he's black, white, or Hispanic, whatever. They need that. I don't know why they need an American something. So
why did he say then the last African American hope instead of saying black hope? Because Anthony Joshua's already a champion, and he black.
No, but that's why he didn't say that.
In the world I live, Anthony Joshua is a black man. I mean, but it seems when you go over to the States, he's not. I mean, that's fucking hard.
Can I respond on that? Can I
Yes,
respond on
go
that?
ahead,
When
go ahead.
people in America talk about that type of stuff, they stereotypically are talking about themselves. This is just from my own observation. It's a very insular country. And when it comes to the world of boxing, it's America, and America is the only place that exists. So they're not talking about people from other countries. They're just talking about America. I think he was self-identifying. And by the way, when he says from the South, I think that is literally from America, the South States of America, referring to the likes
It's like
of
typical
Lewis,
America.
Ali.
Yeah, the typical America type of thing. The romanticized America, I guess. I don't know. But listen, he didn't say the last black heavyweight. Obviously not, because there's a bunch of there's blacks in the UK that so he meant he specifically said American. And then black, because let's be honest, there's no white American that's going to become a heavyweight champion anytime soon, right? So there's no point in even saying it.
He fucking. I'm Bucho. I'm gonna be in and out because I'm with my
That's
old
okay.
lady, and she's fucking already breaking my balls because I'm
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, I'll be back in a second. Hang on, fuck. But I
Do as you told, Johnny.
Yeah. Well,
Do
my
as
ass.
you
I just
told,
took her to
son.
get. I just took her to get a bowl of spaghetti at some joint. So take the fuck out of here. Anyways, no, yeah, fuck these guys. Larry Merchant ain't no racist. I told him 1,000 times. I says, you challenge me. Say, find me one racist thing Larry Merchant ever said over 50 years of fucking commentating, and then you can hold me accountable. You can do that?
Yeah.
If you can do that, I'll say I was wrong. You're right.
It's like it's as if this guy was like a racist for 50 years, just talking shit.
Look.
Go ahead.
Look, thing is, you can't say if there's, like I said, it's all guesswork. Just like when Butcho just said there's not going to be a white heavyweight champ. You don't know. There might be some fucking mongrel fucking white dude that's about fucking 15 stone at like 11. And he could grow into be a monster and have a bit of skill. You never know.
True.
He could become a champion. You don't know
but
what's
it's
in the
unlikely.
future. But like I said, it's just guesswork. Look, Larry Merchant's not. Look, I don't think Larry Merchant was trying to be racist. Just put it that way. I think he just worded it wrong.
I mean, like I say, you think if Larry Merchant said, there's never going to be another Italian heavyweight, you think I'm going to get mad if he said there's never going to be a Mexican heavyweight? Would you get mad, Bucho? No,
I don't give a shit.
Come on.
We already had a fat Mexican.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the best we got, man. That fat heavyweight Mexican. Oh my god.
If fucking Larry Merchant said there's never going to be another great Irish heavyweight again, you think Mark's going to get mad about that? No, he might disagree with it, but he's not going to get fucking mad about calling it.
I mean, to be honest, bro, there never has been an Irish heavyweight champion.
You catch my drift.
All right. Chris K, thank you for your contribution. He says Wilder is going to be the first deaf heavyweight champion. The best deaf heavyweight champion because what? The year? I don't know what you're talking about. Chris K, thank you for your contribution and clarify what you said.
I disagree with that because James J. Braddock went deaf while he was world champion in his left ear.
Oh, damn.
Hey, Bucho.
Yes.
Didn't he also say, excuse me, Stuart? Didn't he also say, pardon the expression? It's just an expression. He said, pardon the expression.
Yeah.
This is Larry. Yeah.
So I could say pardon the expression and then say something racist.
The media in America is like the media in the UK. They're just waiting for you to say something offensive so they can pull out the victim card. And the media are fucking scum of the earth. And let's be real. They're the reason why there's so much division and so much racism going on. They're fucking stirring up the fucking heat half the time. But look, Larry Merchant, he was just having it was an opinion because when he looks at the American heavyweight scene right now, I mean, now Deontay's looking a shadow of the man he was. Then who have we really got? Who have the Americans really got to turn to? I mean, he's got a point, really. I mean, what, Baby Miller? I mean, what, bring Brazil back? Dominic Brazil? You know that fucking that lumbering jack that just strolls forward with his chin in the air and his hands down.
They got the Jedis, too. They got the Jedi, Charles
yeah.
Martin, who's going to
Former-
come into the heavyweight division and circumcise the
heavyweight
heavyweight
champion,
division
Charles
with his
Martin.
lightsaber.
I mean, it took him to 2020 to find a pair of fucking shorts that fits him. I mean, that guy, do you really think he's going to be heavyweight champion? As soon as he gets clocked on the button by someone that can punch, he'll fall to pieces like he did against Joshua.
So, Stu, what was wrong with Larry Merchant's comment then, or question that he asked?
Say again?
What was
no,
wrong
he's
with,
got a point.
yeah.
He's got a point. He just probably the reason why he's getting stick is because he probably worded it wrong. That's all I'm saying. I'm not offended, am I? He's got.
How did he word it wrong? I don't understand.
Where's all these great American heavyweights coming from then? Because I can't see them.
I watched the video.
Worded wrong.
I watched the video, and they were going in the comments. They were saying, "Oh, they were going at Sean Porter like he should have done something." Like when Barry Hudson made that comment, and they were expecting Dillian White to do something. You know, he should have said something.
Oh man!
Look.
Let's look at the comments.
Remember that comment that Barry Heard made?
Yeah, he said back in my day, fighters used to actually be on slave-like contracts.
Yeah, they were expecting White to do something, right? Like he should have said something.
And Dillian was just sitting there smiling to himself because he's getting $3 million for his next fight. Like, you should do something about that. What the hell do you mean? I'm making money. Now
Sean Porter's that guy on Rivals. Sean Porter's the bad guy because he was there and he should have said something to old Larry Merchant.
She just slapped me in the back of the fucking head because she saw what I typed in the chat. What do you give me dirty look for? What? Fuck out of here. Sean Porter's a bad guy because he doesn't behave like a fucking buffoon like the Charlo sisters and fucking the Benavides sisters and Tank Davis and Wilder. He doesn't conduct himself like a jagoff, so he's, they don't like him.
Look,
I totally agree. I mean, any guy that's like fucking shows a bit of dignity, is fucking smart, speaks well. It's classed as a fucking Uncle Tom to these fucking clowns. You got to be a thug. You got to be a piece of shit and a lowlife to be one of them. If you get what I'm saying, these fucking people are delusional. I mean, look. It winds me up just talking about.
Have you ever heard Sean Porter make an excuse for losing?
No, he's been robbed a couple of times as well.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that man enter the ring without putting 100% of everything he has on the line? Because he's a true champion, a true warrior, and in terms of what they're looking for, he's an example. Because he's about what this sport is. Hard work, dedication, and no excuses. Unlike the bitch.
I tell you what, right? You take Sean Porter out of PBC, you split the desire from that camp in half, because the will and desire that guy's got to win. I mean, it's second to none. He should be the big star over there. That's fucking filling up these arenas, and because if Sean Porter was from the UK, it'd be a pay-per-view fighter. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't think he dresses like too sharply. He kind of reminds me of like the black version of.
What I'm saying
he
is,
kind of reminds me of the black version of Ronald McDonald.
Look.
Yo, I love Porter, man, but he's got to get some suits, man. He's looking like a fucking.
I'm not saying his suits are the best. They are. I mean, fucking, I don't know. Red checkered suits are not my fucking thing, but. Like, at least he puts on a suit. I mean, look, go and look how Broner dresses. He dresses like a fucking 13-year-old, man. He's a punk.
Look at these people. This old man's still not dead yet. He's so annoying. How is he annoying? Man, you're like crying all the time.
It's because he's white.
Pretty sure, man. Because he didn't like Floyd being boring. Oh, he's a big racist for that.
Who are you talking about, Butcher?
I'm reading some comments here from that video that I sent you with the Larry Merchant interview. And some of these comments are just disgusting, man.
Larry Merchant is he is a great voice of boxing. Like, look, I don't necessarily agree exactly with what he said, just because you can't predict the future. And saying anything that's a connotation of like the great black hope, great white hope, whether I agree with it or not doesn't truly matter. What matters is the fact that you should know that people are going to take it the wrong way because everybody's
Yeah.
oversensitive.
Exactly. They were waiting to pounce on something, he says. 'Cause, like I said, these old people, Barry Hearn's the same. Eddie Hearn's basically told Barry Hearn he can't do interviews anymore. Because he keeps putting his fucking... he's putting his foot in his mouth, isn't he?
Let me throw
He
this
put his
one.
foot in his fucking mouth by coming out with... Because he's so old school. He doesn't realise he has to fucking tiptoe around every question. Doesn't realise he has to be political correct. You know,
That's right.
Let me throw this one thing in here because I'm getting the fucking dirty eye. No, but here. Listen, bro. Do these motherfuckers realize that Larry Merchant has been commentating on boxing longer than they've all been alive, bro?
Oh, yeah.
Do they realize that? Not watching boxing, commentating on boxing. Do they realize this shit? Fucking idiots, bro.
I've been watching boxing more than half of these fucking clowns have been alive. And I'm only in my 40s. Like I said, Floyd Mayweather is as far as their memory can go back. I mean, that's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
If Larry Merchant was 50 years younger, he'd still be 50.
Yeah, that's what people were saying.
He'd whoop Floyd Mayweather's ass as well, like he said he would.
All right, guys. Manuel Rodriguez, thank you for your contribution. He says, Vinnie Mac's excuses as to why Wilder lost. I don't even remember what Vinnie Mac said. Some bullshit. He's now looking forward to Lomachenko losing. So there you have it.
Vinny's the sort of guy that fucking protests at the fucking Mexican border, doesn't he? He's fucking clown, man.
Oh, where's Hancho? Hancho should call in.
I know he's been quiet, Hancho.
He's been very quiet.
I think he was upset that. They gave it to Vinnie Mac. You know.
Yeah, and you know he's a big Hergovich fan. Go ahead.
Vinnie Mac did.
I like
Vinnie
that
Mac
Croatian nigga.
Do you know what it was, right? Vinnie Mac did a fucking Leicester City, didn't he? You know,
yeah. It's like it's never gonna happen.
He was solid all season, and no one around him was really doing any good, sort of thing. Everyone was sort of like useless as well. So he sort of like nicked the title without anyone sort of realised. But I think next year, he's lost that title.
Yeah, he's like Leicester City.
I mean, Charles Martin.
Not happening.
Charles Martin
again.
had his belt longer than Vinny will have his. I can assure you that.
Jaquan Marlin says, you guys get one prediction right, all of a sudden you're boxing experts. Shaking my head.
Well, yeah, that's right. I am listen, mate. Didn't just get it right. Called the round, called the tactics, called the way Wilder would be stopped, called the sacking of Breland as well. What fuck me?
Is his name Jaquan?
That's not a boxing genius.
Don't pay that motherfucker no mind, man. He's a troll. He's in my shit all the time. I call him fucking the Black Jabba the Hutt, you fat, pudgy, fucking goofy-looking cocksucker. Bro, if I stabbed you with if I stabbed you with a toothpick, KFC gravy come shooting out of your neck, bitch. But fuck out of here.
Johnny, calm down. Have a cigarette.
Oh, no, I'm joking. I'm making a joke.
Jaquan saying, Johnny boy always ducking me. He's saying that you always duck him. He's saying that you always duck him.
Bro, DeQuante Wilder.
You know, he's trolling, man.
Yeah, he's trolling.
DeQuante Wilder. Listen here. Right, you'll get
DeQuante
Wilder, yeah. You'll get what your fucking hero got the other night. You just calm yourself down, boy.
This is the only guy I've ever seen who sweats Oreo milkshake, man.
He sweats out Oreo chips from his fucking head.
Sweats out cookie dough.
Bro, Jaquan, bro, you can't. You like one of them I got thrown in the back of the police car with in middle school and shit. Can't even spell his name, old dumbass motherfucker. How you spell my name? JEKOWN? Fuck, I don't even know, dumbass motherfucker.
Wilder to join WWF, says Darren Hall. It's so funny. I remember in one of the videos that we from before the fight, somebody wrote like,
he should fucking team.
Yeah,
he should team up with fucking what were they called? Too Cool with Scotty Too Hotty and Grandmaster Sexy. He'd be all right with them fucking two.
Yo, you can just imagine Grandmaster Sexy doing the hop and the warm coming from Scotty Too Hotty, and you just see him coming out doing the shimmy with the suit.
Oh, mind you, if he's got his suit on, he might as well be part of the Legion of Doom. He'd fucking fit in well with them, wouldn't he? With that fucking suit.
Oh yeah, the spikes. Yeah.
He needs to team up with Farouk and form the new The new APA, table for Farouk. Replace Bradshaw with the right hand of doom instead of the clothesline from him.
If Larry was 50 years younger, he would clean out the heavyweight division, says Centurion Son. Yeah, that makes sense. Tom Roberts says, throw Jaquan a stick, he will go fetch it and play dead. Okay, what's going on here? Anyways, let's ignore Jaquan. Let's talk about...
He's a funny fucker.
Talk about...
Jaquan.
Hey, Recognize, are you there? Recognize.
I'm right here.
Did you see the Larry Merchant video? Where he says...
What? When he said he called Deontay Wilder the last...
American Black Hope. No, he didn't call. He asked the question, like, is he the last great American Black Hope? Right? So it was a question. Do you think he was racist or what?
Well, look, you're obviously bringing race into it, but at the same time, I can see why he brought it up, because it just seems like there are no there's not enough white boxers that, want to box. It doesn't seem like they want to. That's not a choice of sport. So you can look at it two ways. You can look at it like, look, he brought it up, but he's done this with other groups of people too. Like he has criticized white boxers, how they're pretty much non-existent. But I bet you the LDBC didn't have anything to say about that.
Well, that's the thing. When they say like white hope, is that racist? Like, did anybody complain when they mentioned that?
Black hope. Yeah, if you're going to say Black Hope is racist,
then White Hope.
The same thing for. But what you see, white people don't get offended by that. They're like, I mean, yeah, I'm sure you can find some. You can find someone who gets offended by that, and they'll be like, yeah, it's kind of fucked up. But the one that makes a big deal out of everything are the African Americans. Yeah, they there hasn't been a American dominant heavyweight in, maybe since the 90s. Okay, I'm talking about a guy who's he's held the belt, and he was considered the man at heavyweight. You probably have to go back into the 90s, over 20 years ago.
I agree with what you said, though. I mean, they could find a racist in an empty room, couldn't they?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Look. It's a sensitive time right now. Fucking Merchant probably should have thought about even bringing it up, because like I said, it is
probably should have not.
It is irrelevant at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. Look, does it really matter who the fucking champion of the world? Does it matter if he's fucking black or white? Not to me. So he didn't really need to bring it up, but he's got a point in a way, because when you look at the American fighters, the heavyweights coming through, I mean, nothing fills me with enthusiasm looking at that lot coming through. I mean, you've got that slob Andy Ruiz, then the black Ivan Drago, fucking Jared Miller. You've got, who else you've got?
Adam Kalnacki, the Polish white guy.
He's Polish. No.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's American? No, he's Polish.
He's American. He was born in. I believe he was born in America. He might have got brought over when he was.
Because he's English.
I'm not sure.
All right.
Fucking.
But you know what? There's nothing wrong.
I'll tell you what happened, right? Butterbean got a Polish prostitute pregnant, and fucking Kolaki.
Imagine. I was gonna say, it's for Larry Merchant to mention this is important, because it could be like a wake up call. Hey, we're not. The US is no longer gonna have any champions if we don't step it up. I think it's a wake up call. I think it's a good wake up call. Come on. I'm sure there's like if you go to the NFL, there's a bunch of guys there that could have been boxing. Let's be honest. Could have been.
Right, but the NFL.
I'm not buying it.
Money.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. What? Because they're big guys, it don't mean they can fight.
But they're athletics too. They're athletic.
Stick LeBron James in there with Tyson Fury suit with.
No, but the only thing is, the only difference is in the NFL, you get money, you get signing bonus money, and that's right away. So let's say you're a college kid and you go into your first season, you can get a $50 million contract with like a $10 million signing bonus. So in boxing, you got to hope that you can get that. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
You got
look. Let's be real, right? Look, this is all it's down to. I don't want to hear about there's other sports. That's why they don't want to do boxing. There's other sports in every country. I mean, we've got loads of sports over here. I know you don't like the sports that we like, but we do. You know, and at the end of the day, it's nothing to do with that. It's boxing's the hardest graft in the world. You know, what? Just compare being on a football pitch to to boxing. I mean, in a game, you probably especially if you're one of the defensive, you just hold someone back for a couple of seconds, you go off the field for a fucking 5-minute break, come back. I mean, you're doing nothing but unless you're a quarterback or a fucking running back or a wide receiver. The rest just don't do anything. So boxing's a tough old game, isn't it? It's the hardest way to earn money. And if you can find an easier way to do it, of course you're going to. But I'm not having this excuse because, look, there'd be more American champions, but they're all in the NBA and stuff like that. Get out of here.
No, but and it's a proven fact that boxing, it's usually attracts a certain type of lifestyle, the way people live. If you go to down south, if you go to the South, where most men are just bigger, right? The African American men in the South are bigger men by average than the North, right? Than people you would find in the North because they're in the sun and all that stuff. But that's a football country, so they all going to play football. That's what they like to play. You're gonna get a few like, but even Deontay Wilder, that wasn't his first choice. Deontay Wilder's first choice was basketball. He just realized that he's probably good. Like he'll probably take most people, you know, and the average guy who likes to play pickup basketball, he probably school them. But at the very top level, he's probably a nothing. You know what I'm saying?
When you see a lot of them American footballers, a lot of them, like especially the running backs, they're really small guys. They're like built like Sean Porter, aren't they? Short and stocky. It's the big guys. They're not athletic. A lot of them don't look athletic enough to be fighting to start. They don't.
Yeah, and like,
I'm not laughing.
Hey guys, are you watching that?
Transition well into the sport.
Are you guys
What the
watching
fuck
this
is that
shit?
on the screen? What is
Are you guys watching this? I'm gonna replay.
Is that Wilder doing his bomb
it's
squad?
Wilder after the fight. Look at this. It says an African giant, and then it says the king will be back. This is a new promotion that they're trying to do here to salvage his career. So he says, never quitting, the champion will return. And then he's...
Oh, so hang on a minute. So what they brought him back as Kunta Kinte or something? What the fuck's going on here?
What is this?
He's in denial, man.
Yo,
all that money is going to his head.
Why is he playing this African
Wilder
thing,
needs to go and have a break. Get away from the fucking media. Get away from the cameras. Go and sit with his family and his wife and his kids. Chill out for a bit, regroup, get his mind right. Because the guy's just he is reacting like someone that's took a good pasting. It's like, you know, he's still in a concussion sort of thing.
He's always been kind of weird. He's cringy.
Yeah, but he took his weirdness to new levels. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't think it would manifest itself like the day after. You know, he probably would go into like this deep depression, and you know, he'd be kind of sick. And the transformation would be gradual. He's just fucking.
That video was creepy.
Oh yeah.
Rise. I will rise.
To all my loved ones around
you don't take
the
a
world.
beating one day and the next you just wake
Just
up.
want to let
crazy.
you know that
You
I am
can,
here.
but
Your king is here. And we ain't going nowhere. For the war has just begun.
The war has just begun.
I will rise again. I am strong. I am a king. They can't take my pride. I am a warrior.
Yo, he's trying to pump himself up, man, more than anything.
Yeah, look, he's a nomad, so how can he be a king? He's got no...
Yo, you broke up. Uh-oh.
They took over. There's caravans everywhere. Look, man, load of fucking nonsense. Look, like I said, the guy's still got some concussion going on. I think he needs to go and have a rest.
Yeah.
You think he a king, though?
What's that?
You think he a king?
I am strong.
I am strong.
I am a king.
He's the king of the LDBC.
Can't take my
sure.
pride. I am a warrior.
Lost though. It's like
I'm a
chess.
king that would never give.
Yeah.
What
It's like
was that?
chess. You had two kings because Fury showed up with the crown as a king, so two kings, and like on the chessboard, and he got taken out. So there's like one king now. That's Tyson Fury. He got the belt.
What about all those Wilder fans that said Wilder plays chess while everybody else plays checkers?
Yeah, they never said that. Come on, they never said
Like,
that was Floyd.
I don't even think you understand what you're saying, right?
Oh man, Revolution in the
Wilder,
chat.
Wilder can't even play Connect 4 right now. Never mind chess and
Oh
checkers.
come on.
Can't even play tic-tac-toe.
I'm not reading your comment, Revolution, but thank you for the contribution.
What did he say?
I'm not reading that. I'm not reading it.
Anytime you say, I want to see this. What this is? What's going on?
I'm a king that will fight to the death.
Death.
And if anyone don't understand that, don't understand what it is to go to war, don't understand what it is to fight.
Did he even fight against Fury? Like, did he put up a fight? I don't think he did, man. Yeah.
He reminded me of a fucking French soldier going to war. That's what he reminded me of.
You hate the French.
Retreat and surrender as quick as you can.
Jesus.
Look. He showed heart in there. Look, he did. I'm not going to mock the guy. I'm only playing, but he
Yeah.
showed a lot of heart in there. He was taking a lot of big shots. There's a lot of there's a lot of lesser men that would have quit. So and he's a proud man. Of course, he's hurt. He wanted to go out on his shield, but you've got to look at it like this, right? He's got 5 kids, right? He's got a wife. He's got millions of pounds or dollars that you call it in the bank, right? Why would he want to throw that all away? End up fucking being put in a wheelchair or fucking being killed to prove a point to us fans? Look, the boxing fans are degenerates. Why are you going to put your life on the line for those?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put my life on the line for any of you fucking savages. So why would he do it?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Look, Wilder needs to very low IQ, Deontay Wilder. Very low IQ. Look what happened. Who does he blame for this loss? The fucking guy that saved his life and saved his career. The only reason we're talking about a trilogy is because Mark fucking Breland found the towel. Because if he'd have left it to Dees, like I said, mate, Dees was Rocky Balboa in there in Rocky 4. He was just holding the towel, waiting for Deontay Wilder to go timber. I mean, that's what would have happened if he left it to Dees. So
he just announced that he will not be firing Breland, so he just made a statement today.
Yes, and look, that's just pressure from the boxing world.
I think so.
He's been forced into that, into hiring him again. Because look, it was the last resort for some people, man. People that were backing Wilder. Once he fired Breland, that was it, man. You can't back a man that does that,
bro. This is what happened. This is what happened.
Quickly,
he was nervous the night before the fight. He pounded the shit out of that hot little piece of ass he's going out with, and it fucked his legs up. That's all.
All right, we have a phone call. 786. Go ahead. 786.
It's Peter.
That's Miami.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yep. Welcome to the show.
You, Miami.
Real fire, man. Hey, you know what I realized about you guys?
What?
You guys are more of a Deontay hater than you guys are a boxing fan or a Tyson Fury fan.
No, it could be. It could be.
It could be. You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, guys.
I wonder who made us hate Deontay Wilder. I wonder.
But you guys seem to be.
I wonder why we all hate him.
We all agree with him how he
Listen,
hey, buddy, we all agree. We all agree with you.
We don't like him. I never really liked him.
He's a scumbag. What's up?
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. He got his ass whooped. Move on.
It makes sense now. It makes sense now. At least
Wilder's
you guys
a
not
god.
denying it.
Well, no.
He's a god.
And there's
Hey,
also.
I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
You guys ever boxed or put on gloves before?
Of course.
Yep. Yeah, we did. Listen.
We all have. Mate. Don't look. Have you got a world title? Can you show me your world title? Because if you haven't got a title or a belt, show me. I don't give a shit who you are. Because there's thousands of guys that go in a boxing gym, put on the gloves for a couple of hours, and claim to be fighters. Unless you've got a record to show me your belt, not interested who you are.
No, that's not my point. That's not my point, though. That's not my point.
What's your point?
Let me ask the caller something. Okay, What difference?
My point is,
I just want to ask you, what difference would it make?
is the glove gate with Tyson Fury.
Oh, the glove gate. The glove gate.
Like, as far as like the main media.
All right. So
have,
do you
have you ever got, you guys ever wrap your hands to put it in the glove, or seen boxers wrap their hands tightly and put it in the glove?
Hey, his corner was there.
Can you bend your hand backwards in the glove the way Tyson Fury's hands was bending backwards during that fight?
Are you saying that the reason why Fury won was because he had something with his gloves? There was he manipulated his gloves in an illegal way.
I
say that
it don't make sense how that could.
I would like to hear that.
All it looked like is the glove had slipped. All it looked like the glove had slipped down a little bit. Which happens when you throw punches with a pair of gloves on. It actually happens.
Okay, hold on, guys. Stu, hold on, Stu.
If you had been in a boxing ring before, or you had put on gloves like you were asking us earlier.
Stu, let him talk, man.
Let him say what he has
Yeah,
to say.
everybody's jumping on.
So we can't.
Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, so basically, based on the videos I've seen with the glove conspiracy, the way he was punching Deontay, he was punching with his wrist, which is kind of weird. Who would punch with their wrist while their hand portion is bending 90 degrees back and forth, which makes no sense.
He's slapping him.
Let me answer that real quick. Let me answer that real quick.
Quickly.
You say he got hit with his wrist, brother. It's a fight. These things happen. People get hit in the back of the head. It happens. It's a fucking fight, dog.
No, I'm not talking about the back of the head.
And if you have boxed like you say you've boxed, you should know that yourself, bro. It's not going to always be a closed fist right in the fucking center of your face, bro.
All right. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah.
No, I know that. Because I watch all of Wilder's fights, so he throw hands all over the place when he gets wild. So I know that people can throw hands. I'm talking about as far as the way his hand was hitting Wilder and the way it was bending, the hand portion where the gloves are, it was bending like.
It looked like he open hand slapped him, basically.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? I'm going to ask a question.
Go back and watch Wilder highlights, right? Wilder does a lot of stuff.
You guys seen the video on Worldstar or no? You guys seen the video on Worldstar?
I want to ask a question, man. Are you a Deontay Wilder fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
Are you?
caller, if you box
right.
long enough, right? You would know that certain days your hands feel like shit. All boxers will tell you this. When their hands feel like shit, what you start doing is punching with part of the glove where your hand doesn't hurt you. Sometimes it's with the side. So, okay, picture the side of the glove, not the middle, and you start hitting a guy with the side, right? So a lot of times your hand starts to come out. Another thing that guys like to do, and they all do it, including Wilder, they'll take their hand and they'll put it by where the palm spot, the palm part is at, as much as they can. Let's not get ridiculous. They don't have it all the way down there. They'll just have some of it there. And when they slap you, they're punching you in your face. It's called smart boxing. That's all it is.
But the thing is, recognise what they're saying would actually break your hand. What they're claiming.
Of course it would. Imagine your whole hand with no padding in the middle of your palm. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. Oh, no. What fucking planet these people on? This is what I mean. Come on, Ed. You guys don't know the boxing. You've never been in the boxing ring. But you guys
and then we hear
don't
these
know boxing.
excuses.
You don't know these sort of things.
All right.
You know.
Caller, anything else?
Gloves come loose sometimes, as well, you know.
Hey,
remember, slow motion photography as well.
I feel like it's a reasonable point as far as the way, because I haven't seen anybody gloves go the way Tyson Fury's gloves has been going. So, so I just thought it was a valid.
Listen. I'll tell you what. Deontay Wilder does not have any boxing skills, and he finally got exposed to the point where he got knocked out. That's basically what happened. Now, you can try to find all these excuses to make yourself feel better, but you know the truth. I'm sure you.
It's
Go
something
ahead.
that like that could be investigated.
Can I
I'm
interject?
not saying that he did it or not.
Well, it seems like it's an excuse that his fans are bringing up now, and it's getting
Mucho, can
pathetic.
I interject on that?
Go ahead, Jibugi.
Caller. Imagine you open palm smack somebody with your gloves on and you hit him with your wrist. Your hand is going to fold backwards a little bit. It's going to go to the angle that it's going to peek out. Okay? That's an open palm smack. That's just like you smacking somebody, but you're not hitting them with your palm of your hand. You're hitting them with your wrist. Your hand is going to go back. Okay,
But
I
your
wrapped
hands
a
are
lot of
wrapped.
guys.
Like that's
I wrapped a
strict
lot of
movement.
guys.
Your
I
hands
wrapped my
are
own
wrapped.
gloves.
Is his
I
hands
wrapped
not wrapped?
the fucking I wrapped. You know, as in hand wrapped. I wrapped a lot of gloves. I wrapped a lot of people's gloves. And when you open palm smacked him, that's basically what he did. He didn't hit him with the full portion of his palm. He hit him with his wrist, and his open hand slap, he basically just hit him with the wrist, that portion, and his hand bent back, and it looked all dramatic. And that's an excuse, bro. That's an excuse. Now, Wilder, when he palms or hit somebody on the back of the head, when he can't hit him with the knuckle portion of the fist, look at his wrist. He throws it straight. So because he got that one punch landing straight, that's his objective. But since he wild swings and he don't have the proper technique, he hits him with the back of the head with the wrist, and don't follow through with the punch because he's hitting him on the back of the head. So
and does his glove bend that way too?
And that's why Deontay Wilder has a lot of hand injuries. Just that's why, because what J Boogie just said. He doesn't turn his punches at times, and he slaps with the palm of his wrist, and that's where you get hand injuries. So
I got a question for the caller, because everybody on here is putting gloves on before. Like, it's not fucking, But here, why are you so concerned about how many times we've boxed instead of worrying about why your boy got the shit beaten out of him Saturday, bro? Like, you're digging yourself into a bigger hole.
Get him, Joe.
But at the same time, we gotta be fair about it. If a guy cheated, I mean, we gotta bring that to light, right?
No, he did not cheat. You're trying to hold on. You're trying to take credit away from Tyson Fury. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let me respond.
If he
You could
cheated,
think
yeah.
that he
If he cheated.
He did not cheat. Okay, well, you have to prove it, and you haven't. You have not proved it.
No, I'm just saying we gotta bring that. That's a point two of the fight. We gotta bring that up too. I mean,
Do you want to bring the costume
point.
as well? Do you want to bring the costume as well? Do you want to talk about that? Get it
I
over
got a
with.
question. Were you as critical of Wilder in the first fight for pulling his head down with one hand and hitting him with the other? Because that's illegal too. Were you critical to that point?
All right, listen, we're gonna move on. Caller, thank you for the phone call, and yeah, we heard about these excuses, but listen, if I don't think he cheated, but we'll look into it. Thank you for the phone call. You have a good night.
Thank you, caller.
All right,
Shit, caller.
we're just gonna get stuck on this. I mean, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going nowhere. Fuck out of here. You can come up with excuses till you're blue in the face. See, this is the thing, bro. This is the thing, Bucho. This isn't some competitive fight like Meldrick Taylor and Chavez where we can argue about it for 3 weeks and still never come to the fucking conclusion. This was an ass beating in which he didn't win a fucking round in.
And are you gonna attribute that to a glove that was manipulated? Like, come on.
The worst thing that Wilder could have done was entertain these fans on YouTube about an undefeated record. That is the worst thing you could do, bro. A zero means nothing.
Yeah.
A zero means nothing at all. He lost the fight. He lost the fight because he fell in love with his power and he abandoned any boxing skills that he may have learned as a kid growing up, as an amateur. Because I'm sure. Hold on, let me finish this. Let me finish this point. I'm sure when he was an amateur, okay, he had to box a little bit. Even if it was not the best, he still had to box. He fell in love with his power. He got matched up. He got matched up in his favor, okay? Guys that are going to stand long enough to get knocked out. When he fought somebody who showed him something different, he lost. That's what happened. That's what happens in boxing all the time. He won't be the first that you guys fall in love with and that has a lot of power, and he won't be the last. Let's just put it that way. That's what I wanted to say. He won't be the last guy. If they don't know how to box, they'll get knocked out. Even Mike Tyson, who was a powerful man who could box neons compared to Wilder, even he got beat.
He's a narcissist, I recognise, and when a narcissist gets proven wrong, it's hard for him to. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah,
he has to find reasons why he got his ass whooped, and what he's doing. He's coming up with an excuse every day and hoping one sticks. He's throwing all this shit on the wall, hoping one sticks. And
that's the best example you can come up with, fucking throwing shit on the wall.
You know what that ass whipping reminds me of?
That's what he's doing.
It reminds me of that.
Exactly, Stu. You are absolutely correct.
That ass whipping remind me of the streets, right? When you go in the streets, there's this big dude. He did some time in prison. He hasn't been around in a while. And there's this young kid who's knocking everybody out. He's putting everybody to sleep, you know. And the dude in prison he's got way more experience, right? So he doesn't look like much compared to the young kid who has like this nice shaped body. And then he fights the dude that's been in prison for a while. You know, he's just minding his business. This young kid wants to check him, and he gets fucked up. And he's wondering, wow, how the fuck did that happen? This motherfucker, he's a G. He's been there. Okay?
Recognize. I've seen that exact situation so many fucking times over too.
He just said he's
quiet. Guys.
He just said he's a little quiet, and he's just waiting for you to flex so he could fuck that ass up. That's all. You know?
Guys, Revolucion, thank you for your contribution. He says, so many theories. Wilder is the Alabama leprechaun. If you guys don't know what the Alabama leprechaun is.
I know what that is.
Mythological being.
Yeah. Guys, we have 143 people.
You guys haven't seen it.
We have 143 people watching and 49 likes. So hit that like button.
Do it!
Yeah.
Come on! Do it! Come on!
That's right.
Come on, kill me. I'm here. Do it now. What are you waiting for? But hit the fucking like button. God damn it. What the fuck is this? 90 of more than half of you in here haven't hit the like button yet. Get it up, motherfucker. Get it up.
Do it.
You've got to get that sound bite of Apollo's trainer telling Rocky to throw the towel. You've got to get that. That's how you haven't got that already. I don't know.
How much of a scumbag is this Diaz guy? What do you guys think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, listen,
like...
it's hard to say, but it seems like whatever Wilder tells him to do, he's going to do it, even if it causes Wilder his health and shit, you know? So, whatever. It's all up to, look, it looks like Wilder runs the show. He's the one that calls the shots. And if they're not going to change anything in their game, going into a third fight with Tyson Fury, Fury's going to beat him up again. That's what's going to happen. And then they'll come up with another excuse while Wilder's career just descends into
recognize if he does not come with a changed game plan, Fury is going to beat him up even worse.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, he beats him up the same, which is bad, right? Let's say Fury has a little bit of an off night, and Wilder's fighting the same way. The equal result would be the same ass whipping. Basically, and it's just bad.
The thing is, they recognise it's not even about tweaking game plans and obviously losing a bit of that muscle. All these things are not going to matter to me because mentally he's broken. And the mental side in the boxing ring is more important than most. But trust me, like I said in my video the other day, you could be the fittest guy on the planet, you know. If your mind's not there, you could be the most talented as well. But if your mind's not on the fight, on the night, you'll get exposed. You'll get beat up. And I just think his mind's gone, mate. Look at that video he did. I mean, that is not a video of a man that's got his fucking faculties about it. I mean, he just looks insane. He looked
That
insane.
looks like a man that was demoralized, and his pride.
Look, you could tell he's been crying. He's one of them where he's had a little breakdown, wiped the tears away, composed himself, and done a video. You can tell. I mean, look. I mean, even his jaw, he's not speaking properly because the fucking jaw's all mashed up. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's bitter.
And we arise like a phoenix from the
He should
ashes.
have kept his ass. He should have kept his ass away from the cameras for a while.
Bro, he had to write this speech down 17 times before he could finally get it and memorize it. And like, you a corny ass motherfucker, Wilder, bro. I can see right through this act, dog. You're not a killer, bro. You're not a killer, dog.
Oh my god.
I've been around killers, bro. You're not a killer, bro.
AJ would have got fucking put in prison if he'd have tried it in the UK. Can you imagine him saying, I'm your king? I'm fucking Prince Charles. He would have had him arrested. I mean, look.
Homie, you're a nice little country. You're a nice little country boy who has a preacher for a father. You ain't no killer, bro. Stop act like motherfucker. You should have gotten that Academy Award instead of Joaquin Phoenix over here. The fuck.
Look, the thing is, Wild, he's brought this mocking on himself. He should have just took the defeat, said, look, got beat by the better man of the night. Nothing, you know, got to go back to the drawing board, change a few things. I'll be back. If he'd have said that, we wouldn't even be talking about him now. But all week, I'm looking at my phone. I'm seeing a new excuse from Wilder. I mean, honestly, it's the worst. I've never seen anything like it in all my life in watching sports. I've never seen anyone take a defeat as bad as Deontay Wilder has took this defeat. And like I said, he's done himself no favours because he's sort of like alienated a lot of people that probably would have got behind him. Because, you know, a lot of people would have seen his ass whooping and felt sorry for him and got behind him and want him to do well in the next fight. But no one wants him to do well in this next fight now because he's just he's mocked us all. He's made a mockery of us all. Go ahead.
He kind of reminds me of the Alma McCall when he had that nervous breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me in future fights that this could happen to Wilder because he's mentally shot to pieces. I mean, look, I don't know how they're going to rebuild this guy. He needs a win.
He's smoking more rocks than fucking Oliver McCall is talking like that stupid shit. Real talk.
Yeah. Look, maybe they should bring Dominic Brazil back, let him stroll forward with his hands down, let Wilder knock him out, give him a bit of confidence. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but look, to stick him back in there with Fury, he's like I said, he's been banned for 6 weeks, so he can't go in a boxing gym for 6 weeks. So he's only going to get 6 weeks.
The way these boys is talking, man, with these excuses, bro, they smoking more crack than McCall, Aaron Pryor, and Sweet Pea Whitaker all rolled up in one. Fuck out of here.
Well, at the moment, mate, their little imaginary Wakandan world's looking like Syria at the moment, isn't it? So yeah, they're fucking, you know, they've not took this fucking defeat very well. But you know, these are grown ass men, like I said, that probably got children, grandchildren, some of them, and they're sitting there wasting their time and energy worrying about Deontay Wilder, a multi-millionaire. I mean, it's fucking comedy gold.
You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you get invested in one fighter. You when you're a boxing fan, you should appreciate all fighters, all sizes, all races, like I do. Because then when one of my fighters that I like gets beat, it's not too bad. You can take it on the chin. You move on, you know, because you're a boxing fan. You saw a good fight. That's good enough for me. If Fury had got beat and it had been a good fight, that was good. I'd have been happy with that. Obviously, I'd wanted Fury to win, but I'd have been. But to you guys, man, I mean, like I said, you're going on like you've just lost a loved one. I mean, let's be real. Fucking, it's corny as hell, man.
All right, people are saying that it's official that the fight's in July. Is that official? I don't know. I haven't checked that out. Somebody check it out in the chat and send me a link. It's a waste of time, in my opinion, but I don't know.
It's good because if he feels that he thinks he can go in there and redeem himself, let him go for it. Especially if he's coming out with all these cringy like videos that, you know, people, especially us, or I'm gonna speak for myself. the things that I see, I don't like already, but he still thinks he's a badass. Well, let him put his own nail in his own coffin. If that's
Look,
the
no, the
way he
thing is,
want to act.
but how do you sell a fight when the media have got no enthusiasm for it? Go and listen to Kellerman and all them, Andre Ward, and all. They don't even want to see it again. Hard to get.
That's
Look,
what I'm
that's not
saying.
going to
Don't be
be.
surprised, Fury, man. Fury just doesn't say, man, fuck that. Give me more money. I don't care if it comes
Look,
out of your pocket. Like, I
the thing
want
with
more.
Fury as well, Fury doesn't give a shit about belts. He'll give that belt up. Look,
Yeah.
are you telling me? If you telling me that if Wilder, Fury, Joshua could be made, right? That fight still wouldn't be made without that WBC belt. That WBC belt has lost value. Look, the mockery they've made of boxing in the last decade. I mean, they're a disgrace to boxing, the WBC. So that belt really means fuck all to me. It shouldn't mean anything to any boxer because half the time that belt's given to their favourite fighters. Did you see Solomon's face when he had to give that belt to Tyson Fury?
Yeah, why?
I mean, it looked like
Why was
it
that?
looked like it looked like he had a bit of fucking constipation going on, didn't it? He just he was very uncomfortable. Let's just say that he did. You know, he looked a wreck. He looked worse than Deontay did in that video. I mean, look, this is what I mean. Corrupt fucking organisation. I'd just throw that belt back in the bin and let Dillian White go and fight for it. Because Dillian White then can fight the winner of Joshua Fury. That division will get unified eventually. Trust me, it'll get unified eventually.
But in reality, I don't see why he would be anything upset for any reason because he'd still make sanction fees with Tyson Fury if he moved on to fight big fights. Yeah, just wondering. What would be the yeah?
If I don't want to see, look, I've made it clear on this show for a while now that I don't even want to see Golovkin Canelo again, and I'm one of them. I'm a minority. Just put it that way. I'm definitely a minority on that one. But I don't want to see it again. I've seen 24 rounds. That's enough for me, you know. But them fights were both competitive. It's 1-1 to me. So a rubber match does make sense. So I will watch it. I will pay for it. But I'm not too fussed for it. This one is 2-0 to Fury to me. One was a destruction.
Mhm.
One was like a 10 round to 2 win. I mean, why do I want to see a third? Come on, man.
I was just gonna say that, Stu. At least with the Golovkin Canelo, those are both damn good fights, and fucking you got your money's worth. What we just saw was 2 back-to-back ass kickings, as far as I'm concerned. Fuck.
Yeah, and he beat him in 2 ways. He outboxed him in one fight, and then
Yeah, what else do you want? What else do you want?
Yeah.
What else do you want?
What else do you want? Like this, what you wanted to, like, dude. Look, the best Wilder could do is take another ass whipping for 12 rounds. Like this time, he'll take. He survives, and he
Yeah,
like
he
lose
throws a
hands
jab and
down.
moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what Fury's gonna do,
The
man?
Wilder
You know what
fans
more than likely
respect.
do?
The
You know what
Wilder
Fury's gonna
fans
more
will
likely
respect
do?
Fury.
Fury's
Go
gonna
ahead,
say,
brother.
look,
You
I
cut out, bro.
want
Sorry.
X amount of dollars, and if you can't give me that, fuck you in the WBC. You can have it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. That's
So
what
guys,
I'd
I'll be
say.
right back. You
Belts
guys
don't-
take over.
belts don't mean much these days, man. Like I said, Tyson Fury's won all them belts. They can keep taking them off him all they want. It doesn't matter. We all know who the real champ is. Like I said, money talks. $400 million. If that fight can be made, do you honestly care? Would you care if a WBC belt was on the line?
No. Stu, and another thing, I say there's a big difference between. I've always said this. I'm saying there's a big difference between the man in the division over a fucking title holder. Adrian Broner is a 4-division title holder. Mikey Garcia is a 4-division title holder. He never been no champion.
Ricky Burns is a 3-division.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, look at that shit. Ricky Burns.
That tells you everything you need to know about boxing. Like Ricky Burns can manage. This guy's never been the best in any of them divisions. But he managed to. This is good promoting, picking the right fights at the right time. You know, like I said, one of them was who is it who he robbed? Was it Beltran? Was it Raymond Beltran he robbed? I think he robbed Beltran, definitely. It's just about getting luck.
Like Fury's a good example. He's the man at heavyweight right now. Capiche? Lomachenko's the man at lightweight right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like Kovalev, when he was breaking heads at 75, he was the man in that division. Golovkin, same thing.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
When Wilder had the biggest fight of his career, where he had the chance to be the number one guy. He failed. That's what people got to understand. He failed. So you can say all you want. It was this, it was that, it was whatever. He lost. He took an ass whipping. Now I think all of that is bullshit. I think what I saw there was just one guy getting his ass beat. But no matter if you're that type of person that has to make up excuses, you know, the 78 Sports, the Ness, it doesn't make a difference. He got his ass whipped.
Look, Apollo in the chat has said that Lomachenko is garbage. But you're the sort of guy that's a Deontay Wilder fan who's got no fundamental skills, who the definition of garbage. Just go in a dictionary, look at the word garbage. You've got Wilder sitting there, ain't you, with his fucking gimp suit on. Look, Lomachenko is one of the most skilled fighters I've ever seen in the probably the 35 years I've been watching boxing. Honestly, I've not seen anything like it in my life. He is a tremendous fighter. If you don't see that in Lomachenko, you've got no business watching boxing. That's just my point of view on that.
It's just ridiculous. And you know what's funny? It's like these people are taking it on YouTube and social media. They're taking it way too personal. It's just way too personal for them. But the reason why is obvious. Obviously, I'm not saying anything to you guys that you guys don't already know. They campaigned for him so hard. They were trying to sell to even us that he was invincible, right? And if you can't accept it, you're racist, right? And it's like, what have we been saying the whole time? Wilder is going to eventually get his ass kicked by doing the same thing that he's been doing over and over and over again. Eventually, somebody is going to make him pay for that. And that's what happened. As soon as the competition started to get better, you started noticing Wilder started getting beat up.
You started to notice the change. Yeah, the change in the tide of the fights. It was only his power that was bailing him out. And look, there's a reason. Look, there was a reason. We kept saying it on this show. We're fucking, like I said, we keep getting told we don't know boxing, but we've been saying this stuff for ages. That the minute he fights a guy that's got some sort of punching power, with half a boxing IQ at least, he's in trouble. And that's what happened. Look, he was made to look a lot better than he was by a poor game plan by Ben Davison. That's as far as I'll go with that. Look, Ben Davison was garbage that night. I don't care and everyone that give me stick for saying that, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Well, I do know what I'm talking about, because look what happened when he went and got himself a fucking proper trainer.
Yeah. Yeah. Had he trained properly for this fight? I mean, listen, I know he was also losing a lot of weight at that time, so that could have fucked with him a bit. But at the same time, had he just everything happens for a reason. But I'm sure if he would have hired somebody like Sugar Hill or just a normal trainer, they're like, yo, take the fight to him. That's what you got to do. Take it to him. You see this man fucking break apart.
Apollo, stop bringing up Floyd, man, to fucking try and win arguments. I mean, you'll be bringing up Sugar Ray Robinson next. I mean, look, that's it. That's fucking history, mate. We're talking about today. Floyd's forgot about now. He wants to fight fucking McGregor again and people like that.
He wants to fight non-boxers.
Bro, Khabib.
So, if you keep talking about Floyd, if Floyd wants to make a name for himself, make a real statement, let him come back and fight Canelo Alvarez.
Bro, listen. Yeah. Floyd's trying to box Khabib. Now, I'm not saying Khabib's not a bad motherfucker. That dude will throw you on the ground and kill you. But he as far as the hands go, bro, it's non-existent, dog. And that's who he's trying to fight, bro. Me and Khabib with the gloves would be a good fight, bro. Like,
how's Floyd trying to fight someone in a boxing match that's got worse boxing skills than Conor McGregor that he's already whooped? How does that make sense? Khabib's terrible at boxing. It's only his grappling and his fucking wrestling. That's why he's a hard man to beat.
Strong guy. He grabs you, he'll kill you. That's what he'll do. Khabib is a smaller man than someone like myself. But in the streets, if he puts his hands on me, he'll fuck my world up. I mean, he could outlast me. He's got better technique.
He's got that's natural strength. I don't care. You can teach that to 1,000 fighters, and you will never get another Khabib. That is natural strength. Like I said, fucking
Yeah, he's a
Just
monster.
the genes, mate. That's really the genes. Like I said, you can't teach that. He's a fucking beast, and he grabs
Yeah,
hold
I
of
mean,
you,
and it's
snaps
and
you
it's
in half.
and look, and all you got to do is look at how he was raised, bro. His father was a general in the fucking Russian army, bro. What do you think he was brought up soft, man? Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His dad's not exactly some Rick Moranis sort of looking fucking guy, is he? You know?
Yeah, his father wasn't a buttercup, all right?
Yeah,
His father was
exactly.
the fucking fighting in cold wars and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And those
Is
fucking
Bucho back?
those Chechens are crazy motherfuckers too.
Yeah, yeah. Them boys is nuts. Fucking who you got on Mikey and Jessie tonight, by the way? Has everybody got Mike? I don't know.
I'm gonna go Jessie, man. Fuck that. I'm gonna go.
I went for Jesse. I went for Jesse, man. I'm never picking Mikey Garcia again.
I'm picking Jessie Vargas. He's the bigger, more established welterweight, and if he hits Garcia with that punch that I think he can land, and what's his name is training him still. What's his name? The Black Cobra. Shit, he was an MMA guy. I mean, kickboxer. I forgot what's his name.
Fuck Dewey Cooper.
Yeah, Dewey Cooper. There you go. I think if the Vargas that showed up for Pacquiao, even though Pacquiao, of course, have better skill and outclassed him and stuff like that, did drop him. That Vargas come in and actually wants to fight and really take it to him and not do one of those underhand handshake shit, Vargas is gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah.
You guys know Mike McCollum trains Vargas, right? He helps train Vargas.
I can't pick Mikey again. If Mikey was fighting Donald Cerrone's nan, I'd pick fucking her to win. I mean, the guy's a joke to me, man. He's just going to turn up. He's going to fucking stink the joint out. He's going to look in terrible shape, and then he's going to go back to wanting to be a fucking copper on Hill Street Blues. Get out of here, man.
Well, he's only had that one bad fight. Look, he hasn't taken no tune-ups. He's been in 3 decent fights. With good opposition, with decent opposition. He had the Errol Spence fight, which he did poorly. But then, he fought Lipinets, who's a good fighter. And who did he fight before that? He fought Robert Easter.
Nobody.
Robert Easter was probably the lesser of his competition because Broner was all right at the time. He had only like 1 or 2 losses. So, I mean, this is not a cherry pick. This is a competitive fight. And it could be one of those fights where it's maybe, if you don't want to consider him the best, fighting the best, it could turn out into Eric Morales versus Barrera fight. Even Arturo Gotti versus Mickey Ward type of scrap.
Whoa.
When it
That
comes
would
to
be
welterweight, they're the B or C levels of that weight.
Yo, this dude, Battle Rifle, check this out, bro. You got a problem with every fucking thing I say. Robert Easter Jr. fucking sucks, bitch. Okay? He's Black Gumby. Okay? He sucks.
Listen,
there's a little bit of a comparison between maybe Easter and Vargas because they're 5'11".
Hey, Bucho.
Bucho.
Bucho, I had to block that fucking Arizona Cardinals kids. He's got like 8 different accounts. He's always fucking trolling on my shit and your shit. So he's done.
All right.
Just so you know. Didn't get trigger happy. Just,
Okay. Go ahead, Gonzalo.
No, Vargas is definitely faster. He's got that overhand right. He's got good power and leverage on that, especially punching down, where he can create that leverage against a 5'6.5" guy in Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is a better counter puncher, and he has more power in both hands. But he didn't look still. He just doesn't look like a welterweight.
No.
He looks like a blown up welterweight in the weigh-in.
Yeah.
His body can be a little deceiving because even though he looks pudgy, he's still got power. Didn't look quite as pudgy as he did against arrow spins. Would you guys agree?
He looks the same.
He looks like shit
looks the
regardless,
same.
Gonzalo.
Yeah,
But here-
exactly.
here.
He looks the same. Probably,
Yeah,
maybe a little bit better.
Bucho,
I don't know. Yeah.
I got a request. I got a request real quickly. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Battle Rifle all of a sudden said he's going to call in. So if he calls in, let me handle it, please. I'll take care of it.
All right. We have a phone call 904. You're on the air. 904.
Yeah, this is Battle Rifle.
All right. Welcome.
What's up, dude?
What's up? So what's the deal? What you got against Robert Easter, Johnny boy?
I don't have nothing
So-
against him. I said he ain't shit, is what I said.
I mean, he was a good fighter at the time, bro. I mean, you
Nah,
gotta
he ain't no.
give him his
Bro,
credit
he
for
lost
beating
to
him.
Adrian fucking Granados. He's garbage.
Stunk out the joint. Who did
And
he fight
Adrian
last?
Granados has been
Battle
robbed his
Rifle?
entire career. He beat Amir Imam and arguably won the fight against Sean Porter, and he arguably won that fight with Kermit Cintron.
He didn't
So
win
what are
no
you
fight
talking
against
about?
Sean Porter. Now you're talking about moving the goalpost. You're doing just
No.
that. He didn't beat Sean Porter.
That's not moving the goalpost. He's been robbed his entire career. Adrian Granados crafty as heck. What do you mean?
Robert Easter got gift decisions against fucking Fortuna, against Comey, against Granados. He sucks, bro. Go cry.
Did he fight
He did
Delorme?
not-
The
he
last
did not
fight
get
against
no
Delorme,
gift
that was
decisions
a
against him. What are you
drop.
talking about?
Did he get a gift?
He's
Who did he fight
trash.
last, Battle Rifle?
He sucks.
All right. Hold on, Johnny.
Doesn't matter.
Let's ask questions.
Hold on. Because I can hear Johnny a minute, and then I can't hear him like the next minute.
You can't hear Johnny boy?
I got a question. Why are you concerning yourself with my opinion of Robert Easter fucking Jr.?
I mean, I'm not. He's not my like fan or nothing like that. He's not my boxer. I just don't think that he was trash like people are trying to say. Like what you tried to say.
Nah, he sucks, bro. He definitely sucks.
What makes
He has
Wilder
one loss,
bad
bro. How
is
does he
he's.
suck?
Hey, caller. You know what makes Wilder bad?
Suck. We have
He's
people
lazy.
in the sucky category. That's Rod Salka.
He's lazy.
Right, guys. We're talking about Robert Easter Jr. Not Wilder.
I'm totally lost.
Yes,
Battle Rifle.
I said,
Battle Rifle. That last
we
fight
have people in the sucky
The last
category.
fight he fought.
Robert Easter has
The
one
last fight
loss.
he fought.
Okay.
Battle
So,
Rifle.
Oh, this
The
is
last
Battle
fight he fought.
Rifle.
yeah.
Battle
So-
Rifle. I
What's
remember
up?
you.
What's up? What's going on?
So what
The
Battle
last
Rifle
fight
is
he
saying,
fought,
Gonzalo.
The last fight he fought. Robert Easter. That was a boring fight, Battle Rifle. Who did he fight? Thomas Delorme?
No, he fought
Tommy Delore,
Granados
no, he
last,
fought Granados.
Gonzalo, and before that he
Granados.
fought Rancis Bartholomew.
Okay, hold on. So hold on. Let me speak. So the Battle Rifle is saying that he's not like Rod Salka style, a type of garbage. Let's say. Okay.
Well, I said
Yeah,
there are
but what's
boxers
that- what's
where
that
you can
side?
classify as
What's
trash,
that
and that's
side?
like people like Rod Salka. Robert Easter only has one loss. I mean, he's not
But
what people
we
hype
just
him up
went
to
over
be,
this
but he's
Battle
not
Rifle. He
trash.
should have about 5. He gets gift decision after gift decision after gift decision.
Yeah. Al
No, he
Heyman-
doesn't. Well, who
Al
are you
Heyman
referring
made
to?
sure
He's
of
not
that.
Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Huh? I'm not talking about Danny Garcia.
He's not
He said
I'm
he's
talking
not
about
Danny
Robert
Garcia.
Easter, bro.
No,
That Rancis
what gift decision?
Bartholomew
The only
fight,
gift
that was
decision
garbage.
I've
Johnny,
heard people talk
Battle Rifle.
about was against Shafikov. It's not like he got like a trail to get decision. The only person I heard as far as people feeling somebody else won was against Denis Shafikov.
Okay, well, he still got gift decisions over Fortuna, Comey, and fucking Granados, bro. He sucks. What do you want from me?
Did you even see the Comey fight?
Yes. It
That
was a
not
while
no
back,
What are
but
you
yeah,
talking about?
yeah. I watched it live, bro.
Did you see the Bartholomew fight?
Okay, so
Battle Rifle?
you do know Comey like literally stopped punching in the last half of the fight.
I felt he edged it
And
out.
Comey and I believe Comey was a slight favorite because he had like 21 knockouts and like 23 victories when he came in.
Yeah, he should have been the favorite because he won the fucking fight and got stiffed, bro.
He didn't. Well, okay, this is just ridiculous. Who thinks Comey beats Robert Easter? Because I haven't
A
heard
lot of
anybody
people
say
do.
that. That was
A lot of
ridiculous.
people
You
do.
seen him buckle his legs like 2 to 3
Battle
times.
Rifle. I bet you think fucking Kobe beat Teofimo Lopez, don't you?
I mean, I'll give you credit. He
What
heard
the hell
him.
are you
He
talking
heard him like
about?
2 times. Yeah, Robert Easter heard Comey like twice. But coming to find out, Comey
He heard
don't
him
have
like
the
2 to
best
3
chin.
times, bro. It's like it's no
Yeah.
question Comey. If Comey got robbed, he didn't get robbed. He lost.
Yeah, I'm gonna call a
better
spade a
one, it
spade.
would
That
be
was a
something
good
like
fight.
Dennis
That was a
Shapovalov.
good
I would
Robert Easter fight.
understand that
Okay,
because that one was
let me
hard to score.
rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. It was a close fight that I felt Comey should have gotten the edge in Battle Rifle, but regardless, Robert Easter still sucks.
No, I'm gonna
There's
call
a lot of
a
close
spade on
fights
that
in
one. But the
boxing.
last fight against
There's not
Barthélemy,
grounds enough just to say that because it was close, he should have got the victory. Because you have to really score. You have to score it as you go. So if you said like while you were scoring that you gave it to Comey, that's fine. But
Battle Rifle. I'm not the type of guy that spends my spare time running back over fucking Robert Easter Jr. fights, brother.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about him right now. I mean, talk about killing the mood. It's like fighting on a date, isn't it? When you bringing up fucking Robert Easter Jr., man. Get out of here, man. We don't want to talk about him. He's irrelevant until he steps up and fights guys and starts putting himself in the picture again.
You talking about he's irrelevant. Why did I call in though? That's the whole reason I called in. I called in to talk with Johnny Boy.
My question to you, Battle Rifle, is why are you so concerned on my opinion about a bum?
All right, so Battle Rifle, how good is Robert?
It's not I'm concerned about your opinion. You said something I don't agree with.
Okay,
And then
okay.
instead of just
Battle
talking in the
Rifle,
comments, I just called
Battle
in.
Rifle. Where do you rate Robert Easter Jr.?
Oh fuck me.
As far as like 135, 140, what you mean?
Well, let's say, where's he at now?
He's a good name on Mikey Garcia's resume. He's a decent name.
I'd listen. I'd rather listen to Dolphin and Well music than talk about Robert Easter.
I'd rather
Yeah.
watch paint dry.
Yeah. Anyways, listen, Battle Rifle.
I mean, it's a lot of things you'd rather do, but I'm on the line now, so I guess why not?
All right. Well, listen, this isn't gonna go anywhere. You think that Robert Easter Jr. is on another level, and Johnny Boy thinks he's on a lower level. So we're gonna have to agree to disagree. He sucks, basically.
All right.
All right, Battle. Anything else?
Nah, okay, just say what I need to say.
All right.
Hey, homie.
Thank you for the phone call.
Homie, I'm gonna send
Take
you
care.
a couple Robert Easter Jr. posters for your bedroom, dog. Don't worry
All right.
about it.
Take care, Battle Rifle. All right, he's gone.
Fucking get mad at me because I
don't
don't like a bum.
I never
Jesus.
thought we were gonna. Hey, Johnny, I never thought that we are gonna end up talking about fucking Robert Easter Jr.
I said Robert Easter sucks in the chat. He said, "You know what? I'm calling in, man. I'm calling in." Man.
Listen, mate. The reason I had to fucking step in on this one, if that conversation had carried on, I'd have missed the fight tonight because I was fucking nodding off talking about that bum.
Well, listen, everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what?
I'm at the
One
end
guy.
of my tether with boxing as it is. People like, I'm at the end of my tether with boxing as it's only this Fury Wilder fight that's gave me the energy again. So I'm still obviously. I'm still a bit wary. I'm not going to just start doing star jumps at every fight I see. So, right now, Robert Easter Jr. is on the back of my mind.
He said, "Well, how many times did you watch the Easter Comey fight?" I said, "Dude, I don't spend my spare time watching fucking Robert Easter Jr. fights, motherfucker. I got pussy to bang. I got fucking shit to do. I got my father to take care of. I got to spend my time watching a fucking Robert Easter fight. Fuck out of here."
You know what's one guy that we didn't talk about last time? And I don't know if it's because of the weight, because he's lightweight. That Mexican guy you mentioned to me, Julio Cesar, Ray Martinez, Johnny.
Yeah.
Remember? You brought that up to me. He's a good fighter that switches from righty to lefty, but he's a flyweight. He's the guy that defeated that Julio Cesar, Ray Martinez, the flyweight you mentioned to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, the guy that beat up Charlie Edwards, he hit him on the ground, Stu. He's fighting another guy from the UK.
Mm-hmm. I know you mean. Yes, I know you mean, bro. What about him?
He's pretty good, man.
Yeah, he's like a good. Look, Charlie Edwards is a decent fighter. You know, he's. I missed that fight. I do remember seeing it though. Was it? He didn't get disqualified for it though, did he? I know a lot of people were calling for the disqualification, but I don't think he did. But apparently it was. But you know, I don't see Charlie Edwards calling for the rematch. Do you? I've never seen him really mention it. So, look,
Gonzalo, I didn't mean to yell at you either. The kid wanted to address me, so I was just, you know.
No, that Barthélemy fight was garbage. But anyways, the hell with Robert Easter Jr. fights. Yeah, that was his last fight. But yeah, he's fighting another guy from England, Stu. But he's like a local kid. I think he's undefeated, but he has
Yeah, the
never
thing is,
stepped outside.
I heard his name earlier, and I don't know a lot about him. I'm not going to
Harris.
pretend I do.
Harris.
Yeah,
Harris.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about the guy. Not going to pretend I do. I know he's shot up the rankings from the blind side. He's blindsided us all. Where did he come from? I mean, fuck me. I've not even seen one of. Like I said, I don't watch boxing like I used to. You know, I'm a bit of a boxing snob now. It has to be a good card, a worthy card, shall I say? So.
Hey guys.
Yeah, especially if it's like real, like late at night. It's
yeah,
right
exactly.
Hey guys, hold on.
It's killing me, man.
Yes.
It's killing me doing these shows, then staying up to watch boxing till 5 o'clock in the morning. Killing me, man.
We helps you. Yeah, well, maybe. All right, guys. Hit the like button. Come on.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on.
Hit the like button, people. And by the way, Jaquan Marlin is saying battle rifle, you schooled white gangsta boy. All he could do was say Easter sucks. That's all you were saying.
White gangster boy. I actually like that one because it's true. Unlike your boyfriends over there at the LDBC, I actually like that one.
I think I've seen Jaquan over there.
Look, he's from the fucking home of fucking Al Capone. Don't mess with Johnny, man.
I don't even like
Johnny's got that fucking Tommy gun still, ain't you? You got a Tommy gun. I say, don't.
Yeah, I still got the fucking Tommy gun, the long coat, and the fedora.
Yeah, and the top hat.
Yeah, and those old timey cars from the 30s.
Yeah. Al Capone had a little fucking one of his little
Hey, I hope you ain't got syphilis like he had as well.
Yeah, I prefer to fuck up.
He took his brain.
He Al Capone's got one of his little getaway houses over here in Wisconsin where I went to high school at, bro. But we used to take our go and smoke our doobies over there when we were teenagers, bro. And fucking, it's a little. It's right at the end of. It's right on the Lake Michigan in a nice neighborhood. We used to cruise around there and smoke our blunts and shit, man. When we were little, because there's nobody back there. It's the cornfields by the lake, and
Robert Easter Jr. apparently knocked out Lomachenko in sparring, says Civilian. So Civilian is telling us this. I'd never heard about this.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Fuck me. I mean,
listen, I never heard that shit, but it definitely didn't happen. But I think if it would have been news a long time ago.
Yeah. And I knocked out Beterbiev in sparring too, bro. Yep, that's right.
What even if he did?
Yeah.
So what? I mean, like, I don't give a shit. Oh, he says it's a joke. It's a joke.
I whooped Beterbiev's
nice.
ass in sparring.
Yeah, sneak punching somebody doesn't count.
Isn't it Kyle Yafai also from England, Stu? Guys?
Yeah, that's the fight I'm looking forward to the most tonight. Chocolatito v. Kyle Yafai. I mean, it clashes two different styles. I mean, Kyle Yafai's got his work cut out because Kyle Yafai, he throws single shots. And to beat Chocolatito...
Fucking sucks. I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's a boring fight, but he throws single shots. He's very like Kid Galahad. You know, he throws single shots. He can lead with both hands, but he'll hold on the inside. He's not very busy. Chocolatito, I think to beat Chocolatito, you've got to be like Rungvisai. You've got to have a lot of power in behind your punches. You've got to be able to fight in the pocket.
Yeah, he's 2 years younger than Chocolatito. Chocolatito's 32. He's not necessarily old, but he's been in a lot of wars. Do you guys think he's totally shot?
I don't know. Let's see him. You know, if he loses to this Caillou fight, whatever the fuck his name is,
it's over.
I would say it's over for him because that guy. He's a real nobody to me.
No, he's not that bad to recognize. I mean, you're going on
when I watched him, Stu, I thought this was the most boringest guy.
Oh, mate.
Fucking cheater. And he's
like I say, he could fucking put a glass eye to sleep. He's boring, right?
Exactly.
No, he's fucking boring, right? But at the end of the day,
look, I'm over-exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying.
But he's awkward, and he's got a bit of pop behind his shots.
Dry, like you could paint, and then I can watch it dry. I'd rather watch that.
He's got a bit of pop behind his shots. I'm not sure if he's got enough pop to spark Chocolatito out. I'm not sure Kyle Yafai can fight like he does and try and pinch it against Chocolatito. He's just not that sort of guy that you can try and pinch a points win off. You've got to be able to. You've got to fight with him. You've got to push him back. You've got to go toe to toe. You've got to dig deep. And I just don't know if Cal Yafai's got any of that in him. So for me,
People are saying that Yafai is a mushroom hype job doser.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to go for Chocolatito winning that one. Points.
Okay.
Yeah, I say Roman should win, but I don't know. Maybe he is shot.
Joseph Parker is also in the undercard. What's up with
Yeah,
this guy?
I
Like,
don't know
what
who
can
he's
happen?
fighting.
Is
Who's
he
he fighting?
improving, or because he's still young?
Who's he fighting?
Who the hell is he
Joseph
fighting?
Parker's looking quite good at 246. I think he's weighing. I think he looks quite good at that weight. I think Joseph Parker's problem was he was always just a bit too small, and he just didn't. He's the sort of guy, like I've said before on this show, he'd have the winning lottery ticket in his hand and he'd find a way to lose it. You know, he just threw fights away when they're there to take it. Just didn't have it in his stomach. I don't think.
Yeah,
he
he
hasn't
seems
got
like
that
he
will
finds his way to finish second place.
to lose. Yeah, he just doesn't have that will to win for me. He's a bit like Badu Jack, just finds a way to lose or get a draw. He'll be in command of a fight and then still find a way to get a draw or a loss. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
But that's
I
like,
don't know with Joseph Parker.
but why is that?
Joseph Parker, though, talent-wise, he's one of the most skilled fighters in that division. Believe it or not, he is.
Whoa.
It's just
And he's tough. He got a chin. For a smaller guy, he got a chin.
Oh, he's got a very good chin. Yeah, he's got one of the best chins in the division.
He's 6'4", I think. So
6'3", I think.
3.
Yeah, but I think it was just a bit too. I think it was just a bit too small. The weight he was coming in against Joshua. I just don't think, I just don't think he can handle the big guys. Even Dillian White bullied him a little bit. But the thing is with Joseph Parker, when he turned it on against Dillian White, when he got a bit of confidence, which he didn't seem to have for the Joshua fight and for most of the Dillian White fight, when he found a bit of confidence, let his hands go, Dillian White was all over the place. If that was another minute, he could probably got Dillian White out of there and stopped him. But he just left it too late. Like I said, always finds a way to throw a fight away, and that's the problem with Joseph Parker.
Yep. Well, we'll see if he's 26, I believe. 28.
Yeah, he's one of the younger guys. 28. Oh, wow.
Yeah, 28.
Look, I reckon, hey mate, he's got one of them fucking Cuban passports, and he ain't fucking 28. He's got to be 50. He's got a Cuban passport. Look, Joseph Parker, it seems like he's been in the game forever. But he is, yeah. I mean, he's got to be about 28, 29. Let's not forget this guy beat Andy Ruiz. He's a good fighter, man. And look, Joshua never really troubled him badly, did he? It was a poor fight for me. I thought Joshua won the fight, but it wasn't. Joshua didn't school Parker or beat him up. It was just a
but then again, the Dillian White fight again. He's not doing jack shit.
He could have won that. Yeah, he could have won it.
Well, at the end, okay, fair enough. But throughout the whole fight, he wasn't doing anything. He was just losing rounds.
No. Look, this is what I'm saying. He doesn't seem to have any desire to win fights. That's what I'm saying. You can't.
He finds a way.
Well, how?
But that's the thing. The competition getting better. Dillian White is arguably have like the second best resume. In the heavyweight division.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Dillian White's a good fighter.
To be fair to Parker, he got headbutted with a big. And fucking that Dillian White's got some big head on him. He got headbutted early on in that fight, and he said he never really got his faculties. Sort of thing.
Got that Jamaican blockhead.
But mind you, that was an entertaining fight. It wasn't a bad fight.
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't boring, but it wasn't like the best fight I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I love the fight. I love it.
No one's dominated Parker though. No one's beat Parker up. No one's dominated.
Nobody has. Not even AJ.
No.
AJ didn't dominate him.
That's what I'm saying.
Most of the AJ and Parker fight was just posturing.
Yeah, that's what I thought, mate. I totally agree.
That was.
Yeah, I was recalling what Unrivaled comment about the fight. I watched it too, and I agree. It was an entertaining fight. Maybe it recognized, didn't think it was necessarily like the Thriller in Manila.
It was kind of sloppy at times. Listen, it was just kind of sloppy, but I'm not going to sit here and say it was a boring fight. I just wasn't like thrilled about that fight. It was good. It was better. It was better than It was better than Parker and AJ. I tell you that.
The thing is with Parker, though, like I said, this is how unpredictable the guy is. I wouldn't want to bet any money on this guy because this guy, like I said, he can. 1 minute he can look like he can stop Dillian White and get him out of there, but then the other minute he's stinking the joint out against Huey Fury and arguably lost on the cards. I mean, this is what you get with Parker, man. You just look. Oh, he's another one. He's got the talent, but just hasn't got the will and desire.
Look, he's the Arsenal Football Club of heavyweight boxing.
Oh God,
it's exactly what he is. He always flatters to deceive, and then he's boring. Or then when he's playing really well, all of a sudden he'll lose.
Yeah,
he'll find a way to lose. 90% of everything going his way.
He's the San Diego Chargers of boxing. If you know anything about the San Diego Chargers,
that was born there. Yeah,
fucking and the way and the fucking Oh no, I'm thinking, who's that really shit team? Is it the Cleveland Browns? Every time I don't really watch the highlights much of NFL, but every time I watch the NFL highlights, Cleveland Browns are getting their ass whooped. They're getting bashed all over the place. I would hate to
be a Cleveland Brown. Like I grew up in Cleveland, and that's my team. I would hate it.
My cousins was on the third or the second string of them, so at least he made it to the pros though.
They were always getting smashed all over the place. Every time I see the highlights, they're like 30 down and stuff. They're just a terrible side. There's barely anyone in the stadium. Terrible.
The only thing about good thing about being last place is you get the first round pick in the draft, right? Is that right? Is that how football works?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're talking about bringing that into soccer, as you guys call it, football, I like to call it. But there's just no way around it. Could you imagine, like, the young Lionel Messi's joining, like, say, fucking Brighton and Hove Albion?
Yeah, just imagine, like, imagine a young Messi showing up at Accrington Stanley and putting up 9-0 against Preston North End, fam. It'd be hilarious.
Lionel Messi is a great player, man.
But you know, football, man. The thing about American football, right? The thing about that sport is that they'll get these kids that are studs coming out of college, and they're like the number one draft, they're the number one pick, and they come to the NFL and they bomb out. They suck, in other words.
Hey, what's up, Pete?
Yeah, because you know why? I'll tell you why that is recognised. Because in America, I've never seen anything like it in my life. I mean, your universities have got stadiums and stuff. These people are playing in front of TVs and stadiums. They've not done anything yet. They're just playing college football. Yet their egos must be fucking... their egos must be fucking over the fucking roof, mate. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think the time they get there, they think all they got to do is turn up. Things are going to be the same as they were in the college league. You've got experienced guys that have been in the NFL for years, man. Fucking the best coaches that come up with the best game plans. Different league, different fucking kettle of fish, and a lot of them foul. This is why you see a lot of same with our football. You got these young guys, right? Let's say at Chelsea, because I'm a Chelsea fan. You've got all these young guys at Chelsea driving around in Aston Martins and Bentleys. They've never played a first team game. You know, why are you fucking rewarding them for doing nothing? You know, this is what I mean. You take the hunger away from these athletes by giving them, rewarding them when they've not achieved anything. And that's a problem with a lot of the boxers these days as well. Rewarding them for not achieving fucking anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like how Pele, he's one of the pioneers that bust his ass to get where he was at, from poverty to where he was at in his career. He brought in a lot of stuff to the sport, and still giving to the sport, you know, because he earned it and he's giving it back to the people. You know what I mean? So he goes and do things that the sport that he fell in love with, that he got him out of poverty, and he's giving it back to the people with no worries about what people think of him. You know what I'm saying? It is his passion to give it back, because you know, That's what a icon is supposed to do. A person that has a good moral, good senses, supposed to do.
Look, the thing is with a lot of sportsmen these days, they become, instead of becoming athletes, they become brands. So they're more interested in posing with their fucking six packs out on Instagram than they are being in the crunk gym sweating it out. You know, and this is the problem you got, man. You got these fucking Ryan Garcias going around with a fucking mascara on. You know what I mean? And worrying about what the fucking girls and the boy, and in some cases with him, I think the boy is what they think, because you know, social media is the worst thing that could happen to boxing because it's turned them into fucking snowflakes. It's turned them into egotistic fucking narcissists.
He might do all right because of the parallels drawn between him and Oscar De La Hoya. My fucking dog's barking. But you know, Oscar De La Hoya used to put a lot of women's asses in the seats. You know, who was the last guy to really? AJ. He got a lot of women female fans, but Oscar De La Hoya used to bring him in droves. Maybe Ryan Garcia does the same if he keeps also putting his these boxing performances like he has been.
But you got to understand. De La Hoya. I'm sorry. When De La Hoya came into the scene, he came in as an American. He brought that personification. Oh, you know, America, and then you know he's a good-looking young man coming up, and
an Olympic gold medal, by the way.
Yeah,
that was Olympic a big deal. Gold medal, and then come into the thing, and he's knocking motherfuckers out. And he's in the ring. He was professional. He took, you know, professionalism and boxed, and
he fought most of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah, he wasn't scared of fighting anybody. He fought the people. So he backed up his word by doing what he was supposed to be doing. And, you know, he got his ass whooped later on after he was getting older and shit like that. But you know what? He still put the nuts up and went in there and fought the motherfucker. And
I say that Ryan Garcia G Boogie's on the right path because
he has the same potential as Oscar De La Hoya. He
took the fight for July.
I don't know. Let's calm down. Let's calm down a little bit here. Fucking potential.
I was just gonna. He took the fight. He's taking the fight in July.
Calm down a bit, Gonzalo.
He's young. I mean, obviously, but he's taking the right step. He's taking the fight against Linares in summer. It's already.
I get that.
Like
hold on.
Do it.
How many fights in is Ryan Garcia?
Come on!
15,
like 16? The goddamn video.
Yeah, he's
yeah. In Oscar's fifth fight, he beat a former IBO champion, and in the 90s, the IBO wasn't bad at Jeff Mayweather in his fifth fight. Jeff Mayweather
but
may
he
not
was
be
an Olympian.
Great. Yeah, he may have been an Olympian, but like we're talking 15 fights in. Oscar beat
but
Bradell.
if you see these Olympians, they get fast tracked because they got skill and they're coming up from a developmental process in the amateurs.
Not all of them. Not all of them, Gonzalo. Only the ones that are really good enough to do that.
But
like Oscar was beating Bradell and Campanella and everything in only his 11th fight. Like it's 12th fight. He was up at lightweight beating Jorge Paez in only
he was
like
a 10-time amateur champion. He was a 10-time amateur champion.
I get that, but what you need to remember is I'm gonna say it may be going the right way, but at the same point, he's nowhere near fighting the level of opposition that Oscar was at that point of his career. So he's got a long way to go before he even starts fighting a Paez. Like you're talking.
Definitely.
And to be a superstar in boxing, mate. To be a superstar in boxing, it's going to take a little bit more than a fucking pretty face and a bit of mascara on your face. Look, at the end of the day, when you look at the biggest stars in boxing, Joshua's a fucking good-looking guy with a good physique. But the biggest stars, I mean, are you telling me Canelo Alvarez is and Tyson Fury as well? I mean, he's not exactly fucking Brad Pitt, is he? Tyson Fury. I mean, if you go and put on the performance,
persona carries him.
Yes, listen, exactly. If you go and put on the performances and get the wins and win in big fights, you'll be a star. You don't need to be looking good for the cameras. Joshua took his eye off the ball. He thought he was a star because he looked good. when he took his top off and showed his six pack. No, you was a star because you was knocking fucking people out because you beat Klitschko. You were winning fights. That's the only reason you was a star. He got mixed up in this fucking social media world. Everywhere you went, his face was there. Do you know what I mean? Trying to sell you something. And he forgot about what got him where he was, and that's the boxing. And luckily, Ruiz. Hang on a sec, Gonzalo. One sec. The Ruiz thing was probably the best thing that ever happened to him because it made him realise that he had to go back. Yeah, he had to go back to where he came from.
I was like really like I'm really impressed. Look, I think they were kind of like what's the word, demoted, maybe making Ryan Garcia a little less because of the Instagram whole thing that he was getting criticized, maybe because he had good looks, but yeah, a lot of fans, but also kind of depreciating his actual value and potential as a boxer that, like Unrivaled was saying, is just coming up. But the thing that I'm most impressed about is his hand speed. You can't deny that he doesn't have good hand speed. And if you could just talk about a fighter at his level doing it good, like this last year, he couldn't have done any better than what he has done. So I'm just saying, obviously, those are big shoes to fill. But if you want to draw the parallels, there are a few things that are interesting that you may want to like pay attention to this guy. And let's forget about the good looks in the Instagram numbers. Maybe let's just start concentrating on his boxing skills and separating the two. He might actually be the goods, but we don't know yet. But I'm just saying, this year he couldn't have done any better. But yeah, those are big shoes to fill.
Well, let me just say this, right? Ryan Garcia, he's being more touted than another prospect, another Hispanic prospect, right? Now, I'll just ask you this. If they were the same height, what would happen to Ryan Garcia if he got into the ring with Virgil Ortiz?
You were thinking that, then they're close to the same height. They're like half an inch.
If they were the same weight, if they both came in at the exact same weight, we all know Virgil Ortiz would knock him the fuck out. We all know that. That chin is too exposed, Gonzalo, and you know that you're talking about the hand speed. But let me ask you this: as a boxing man, how terrified are you? How terrified are you with how high he leaves his chin?
Yes, but look, that can be corrected, and he's with Eddie Reynoso. That's a technical flaw, okay, that he can correct. And I would like to seriously see him get chin checked first to see what kind of chin he has. But as far as like him being, he's around the same height, if not identical, or half an inch difference than Ortiz. But if he was fighting at the same weight, yeah, he'd probably get knocked out. But that's just speculation. I'm not saying that he wouldn't and that he's just as tough as Ortiz. But he's still got to fill out his body. That's one of the elements that's going to benefit him as he gets older, because he's only, 21? As he starts reaching his man strength, if he conserves the same speed, which I'm thinking he will, he's going to, because he got power. Eddie Reynoso said he got heavy hands, that Ryan have heavy hands. So he got heavy hands and he got speed. Once he starts filling out in this true man strength, man, he's going to be a really, really good.
Yeah, but you've also got to look at it like this, Gonzalo. When he starts going at the divisions, he's going to be fighting bigger guys that punch harder, that are more precise with their punches. I mean, that 140 division is a fucking killer's division, man. Do you know what I mean?
Like, we need to really lay off the idea of like overinflating some prospects. Like comparing him to De La Hoya. In 23 fights, De La Hoya had beaten Hernandez and Chavez, fam.
Yeah, maybe I didn't make the best use the right words, but look, the parallels. Just because he's promoted by De La Hoya, maybe it's just a good thing for De La Hoya that he could like compare him to him, and maybe the fans see it. I was speaking mainly about putting women in seats because he got the fanfare. But if we separate the market, his potential to be a star. Aside from his good looks, he got good boxing skill. I'm not saying he's the next De La Hoya. I'm just talking about he can put women's in seats.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck who's in the seat? Well, like I said, as long as there's someone in the seat, that's all that matters.
It's good for boxing, though. It's good for boxing.
Yeah, it's good. But look, in the UK, mate, I've done loads of boxing fights. There's loads of women there. I mean, you don't need a Ryan Garcia to bring women into boxing. I don't think it's. Look, the only way you're gonna get people on side, women or men, is by winning big fights and winning them in style. And that's it. Like I said, the biggest stars in boxing, say Triple G, Canelo, Joshua, fucking Tyson Fury, right? All went out and all go out and fucking done the job in devastating fashion. All right, some of you might think Golovkin won the second fight. I don't. I think Canelo won it. I think he did a good. It was a very good performance for me. So you've got to go out and perform, and then you will become a star. That's the point I'm making. I just don't like this. Well, Ryan Garcia, he'll bring all the women to the boxing. Fuck that. I don't care if women watch it or not. I just want to see the best fight.
Yeah,
The
I want
best.
them to stay away from that.
Yeah, look, and they ruined enough things of ours.
Yeah, exactly. How many stuff they already messed up of ours that we love.
Yeah, man. You've got to listen to them on fucking football commentary now and cricket.
Oh
And now
man,
you want
I just
yeah.
literally like mute the TV. I'm like, I can't deal with this. Call me male chauvinist pig all you want. I am.
Yeah, we're only.
I'm
If there's
going
any
to
ladies
reiterate one
listening,
thing.
we're only joking.
That's a good thing. But I'm just going to reiterate one thing. Recognize, it's Eddie Reynoso said that Ryan Garcia got heavy hands, and I'm just interested. My curiosity spiked a little bit. If he got heavy hands and he's got exceptional hand speed, when he grows into his man strength unrivaled, to where he could be fighting a welterweight, and he's just a young kid, to where he is going to be fighting bigger guys too in the near future. But he can carry that weight. I'm just interested to see what type of fighter he's going to develop under Eddie Reynoso and fix
Yeah,
those
but like I said,
deficiencies.
size and punching power and all that don't mean anything if you're going to leave your chin in the
Heavy hands and
Yeah,
speed.
let me
Heavy
finish
hands and
quickly.
speed.
It doesn't mean anything if you're going to leave your fucking chin in the air and
No,
you're
but
throwing
if he
wide
fixes,
shots.
but he's 21. If he fixes those, you can always fix.
Yeah, of course, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
but
can only go by what I'm seeing. Look, Gonzalo, I can only go by.
Well, Gonzalo, what if? I mean, sure, what if?
Gonzalo,
I mean,
yes, I can only go by what I'm seeing right now, Gonzalo. I can't predict the future. I can't look. I can't say that Garcia is going to end up coming out like fucking Floyd Mayweather in his prime. I can't predict that. All I can say is what I see. All I can do is see what I see now, and what I see now is a very talented young guy. He's obviously a very good fighter, but he's got a lot of flaws that he needs to work on before he starts fighting the top guys. He leaves himself wide open. He throws wide shots. His chin's fucking in the air. He's square on quite a bit. You know, these might sound little mistakes to you, but these are the mistakes that will get you knocked the fuck out of the boxing ring.
Listen, Gonzalo's asking like a what if, Gonzalo, because you keep saying, Gonzalo, you keep saying like we can see he has power now. Like Stu says, we haven't seen him against top opposition. You know, top opposition means not only better skills but better chins, right? So we don't know, but we can assume that his power is for real.
When the class steps up, these guys will take you to the trenches. These guys will test your chin. These guys will walk through your shots to throw their own. That's when you know the good fighters are. It's all good fucking punching someone and then falling over, claiming the victory. This is the problem with too many fighters. They've got too many of them on their record, so when they do step up, not ready. And this, let's just calm down, see how he goes. Just like Devin Haney. Eddie Hearn was telling us he's the next Floyd Mayweather. The guy nearly lost his title in the last fight. Slow down with hyping these fucking guys up, man. Let them build their career.
Let me come in real fast.
The thing
go
is,
ahead, Mark.
Hold on, let Mark. Go ahead.
So, Gonzalo, right? Like we're talking about heavy hands, right? Now, you and I both know the fighter. You and I both know Carlos Morales, yeah, the dude who just got sparked by Jorge Linares. He gave Ryan hell. Yeah, he gave Ryan absolute hell and an absolute nightmare. He gave him an absolute nightmare, and he got a majority decision and went the distance with a dude that got stopped in 4 rounds by a past his prime, slowed down, chinny Jorge Linares. Now I'm not saying that that doesn't.
Appearances can be deceiving. Well, let me rebuttal. Appearances can be deceiving because Carlos Morales
a point I hadn't made.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. So when you look at the overall landscape and the power of Ryan Garcia, right, and you look at who he's stopped or whatever, and you see, oh yeah, he beat Duno, and people were like hot on Duno because of his power. Duno's a fighter who was dropped many times. He was a fighter who had already shown a poor chin.
Yeah, but if we're talking about developmental process, Duno has a lot of KO. So at the time that fight was okay for his 14th fight. Morales, but let me just add this. Not that I'm trying to argue, just let me fill in this point. Carlos Morales, up to that point, he's got 5 losses. Had never lost by knockout until he did against Linares.
Never fought against an elite opponent either, until he fought Linares.
Yeah, he had drawn with Mercito Hesta, and my fucking dog's barking off the hook. I'll be back. Yeah, but he had never got stopped. He had never got knocked out.
Yeah, but he'd
So
never been an elite opponent, and I include Ryan Garcia into that. But the first time he fought against an elite opponent, he got bashed up, whereas Ryan Garcia couldn't do that to him. So if his hands were so heavy, his hands should be as heavy as Jorge Linares's if he's got extremely heavy hands. Because Jorge Linares isn't an extremely powerful puncher; he's just fast.
he's a sharp puncher. He's
Sharp and quick, but he's not powerful. But he is quick. But this wasn't like a flash punch. This completely fucked them up. So I'm gonna go like of the way of the mold. If you want to build a fighter up and only talk about his quality, that's good. But he does have flaws. His lead foot positioning is quite poor at the moment. Where he leaves his chin is quite poor. His defensive stance, like we can talk about hand power, but if he moves up to 140 and he catches a guy like Baranchik and Baranchik just runs through him, he's going to be in for a hell of a issue.
Of course, but we got to think that he's gonna mature and get a little bit stronger himself. Maybe a lot stronger, because that's the missing element. I'll be back. I gotta scold my dog.
Did he say he's going to scald his dog?
School. He's scald.
Oh, I thought he said scald. I'm like, whoa. Basic instinct shit over here.
Yeah.
He's gonna torment his dog.
It's up.
All right. So you guys got stuck on Linares, and I mean, listen. Going back to Ryan Garcia, I'm with Stu. We gotta wait and see. I mean,
He's
because
all right. I mean, let's not depreciate him either, right? He's where he is. We can't start shitting on the guy before he starts like.
Yeah, but also by the
better.
same account, we can't go saying the next Oscar De La Hoya, a Hall of Famer, 6-weight world champion, Olympic gold medalist, who knocked out Hall of Famers when he was only 23.
Yeah, but here's a question though: is he on the right path?
Yes, because he's fighting Linares next. So we talk about like he wanted to do a fight.
That fight isn't made, by the way. That we don't know that for sure. If he fights Linares yet, and he goes and he beats a former seasoned world champion in 3 different weight divisions, yes, he's on the right path. But then you'd like to see him step it up a little bit more from there and have a fight against one of these other kids that are around him. Like
Also,
when Oscar was coming through and he moved up and then he fought against Guerrero Hernandez.
Working with Eddie Reynoso is also working with Eddie Reynoso. Is that also, you know, does that mean he's on the right path as well? Having a trainer like that,
that's a great coach because having the sport of boxing, it's a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's a combination. Yeah, he works on combinations, and he's a defensive. He's a defensive prone trainer.
Yeah,
I think it'll be good for him because, like Stu was saying about his flaws, which I noticed that too. He leaves his head up.
Yeah.
And his combination sometimes is lackluster. It could be a little bit tighter, and Reynoso could give him the opportunity to enhance his skill. You know what I mean? In that aspect.
Exactly, the tightening up his defense. And look, he's sparring with Canelo Alvarez, and all of a sudden it sounds like I'm a big fan of Ryan Garcia. I'm just kind of interested because I think people are just depreciating his skills based on the fact that he got the good looks in the Instagram models. It would be easy to like point the finger, fuck, this guy's nothing but like a media sensation or like, you know, but this guy is actually the guy that got all that, but say like, no, stop focusing on that. I actually got skills. But you guys are kind of focusing too much on the fact that I am good looking, and then I got the fan base.
Basically, Gonzalo,
I could care about it. I could care less about his looks.
I haven't mentioned a thing about his looks.
Yeah, right.
You got high testosterone.
Hey, I've just left the room, man. I've just left the room, come back thinking, the topic must have changed. Still on the Ryan Garcia, man.
Now we're talking about his looks.
Gonzalo, bring up a Mexican. Gonzalo can make a day of talking about the guy. I mean,
that's a negative. At least Oscar.
The whole thing is
you don't speak a lick of Spanish. Ryan Garcia.
The whole thing is
He just needs to improve. Don't be a Tank Davis. Don't take no soft touches. If you want to prove to be the best, you got to beat the best and go in there and test your abilities. Don't stop. You making millions of dollars. You want to show the populace or the fanboys, and you want to show your ability to everybody. Go out there and challenge yourself.
You know, his
Don't
power
make
does look a little bit better. I will say that his power is getting a little bit better, and that's because he's starting to punch better. He
The thing is, though, you don't.
He still leaves his chin way up in the air, though.
Sorry, recognise, man. It was in and out, in and out. My sound quality from this end is terrible. In and out, in and out. Sorry, I thought you cut out.
No,
Look,
sorry about that, Stu. I couldn't
no, it's
hear
all right, brother. No, it's look. You just don't want these fighters like this. They can get like Deontay Wilder did. Start believing the hype that comes from the media. They get these little fan groups that tell them that they're the best at everything. They don't need to improve anything. Just punch them on the chin and that'll be enough. You can believe your own hype. That's the point I'm trying to make. And Wilder did. And that's why Wilder's not improved as a fighter. Wilder's 34 years old. Anyone that knew boxing or knows boxing knew that, fucking hell, when I first saw Wilder fight, I knew he had to work on things. He was very green and very, what's the word, sloppy. That's being kind to him then. So, he had to work on things, and he hasn't really done that. That's a sign of an arrogant fighter. And that always comes back to haunt you. Because like I said, one punch is never enough to win a fight at the top level. You've got to have so many you have so many things going your way. And like I said, even back to the drawing board, is that even going to help him, boys? That's the question. It's a question for the panel. Can each answer? Going back to the drawing board, what can Deontay Wilder do? What can Deontay Wilder do?
Yeah, we touched upon. Yeah, we talked about this, and to be honest, go ahead, Gonzalo.
He is what he is. He is what he is. He's power to use his athleticism to get into a firefight with Tyson Fury. He can beat lesser. That is,
you're cutting off, man.
Inches and the length Tyson. But he is what he is. He's most likely going to lose, but he got a puncher's chance.
So basically, get into a firefight, but he's not in control of that, though. I mean,
I don't think he could change much. I mean, I would like to see the footwork get a little bit better. I mean, come on, you could give me at least a little bit better, like just at least some lateral movements here and there.
Yeah, but recognize we're talking basic stuff. Like this is the thing. This is like something you teach somebody when the first time he goes into a boxing gym, right? Like the movement and shadow boxing and stuff like that. Like are you fucking see? I can't. Like I don't know. Just feel like
Mucho. Go watch him in the amateurs. He did some. He did at least some. I mean, look, I'm not saying he was a great amateur. He's not, but he actually boxed better as an amateur.
Hey,
he actually did.
Yeah, because in the amateurs he actually stayed in shape a bit more.
You have to box in order to win some points. Yeah,
work behind the
you don't wait for a right. You don't wait for a right hand in the amateurs.
Wilder's defense is so poor, right, that he's actually quite hard to hit clean on the button because he's just he wows his arms in front of you. He leans back. He's fucking all over the place, and because his feet are not in the right place, he's like sort of going off balance. But that's what's avoiding the shots for some. He's hard to hit clean.
He's avoiding them by accident.
Yeah, but
he's avoiding. That's the word. That he's avoiding them by accident. Go and watch that fight again with Fury. Fury took him 5 rounds to really start getting the right connections on them shots. Do you know what I mean? It was hard for him to connect clean because he's quite awkward and quite dangly, and he like I said, he wows his arms everywhere, and he's very hard to hit, Deontay Wilder. So that's what people don't give him credit for. That's probably why he hasn't been knocked out because, like I said, the chin and the legs have proved that they will go when you land, but very, very hard to.
Well, he's like a giraffe too. He's very tall, right? So usually his opponents are shorter than him. And he would do like that leaning back, like Klitschko used to do. You know, what you're not supposed to ever do, like just lean back.
Yeah, lean straight back with his neck. Yeah,
and that's crazy. That worked against shorter fighters. But then Fury, come on.
He should have known what.
But then when Fury's able to hit you with a lead left hook from max range,
yeah, exactly.
Bam.
You can't escape that shit doing that.
You're in the only thing he can really do is, and this is my honest opinion, is catch Fury cold at the start of the fight and
win the fight.
go away from trying to be an ambush puncher and just go for gusto, gas yourself out.
Yeah.
Just go for it. Just
I don't
throw
think he has it in
everything
him.
like you used to. Go to windmill water.
It's hard.
Windmill.
It's hard to do that when you've just been knocked out.
Yeah, exactly.
I
You know
that, but it's his only real chance is
But
to
his
just
only real
windmill the
chance,
fucker.
what Mark is saying is, I
Yeah, I agree with Mark. I totally agree with
He can
Mark. There's no
only
way.
spark. I said it before the fight. The only thing is that I didn't say that he would stop Wilder. But now more than ever, dude, if he doesn't knock Fury out, it's look. I've seen 19 rounds of them already.
Yeah.
Okay, and there was one thing that was consistent. Fury's a way better boxer than him. I mean, because one guy doesn't know how to box anymore, and that's basically what it comes down to.
And now it comes down, because of the second fight, now it comes down to like, hey, listen, this guy not only can outbox you, he can knock you the fuck out. So it's like there's no advantages over here.
The other
King
thing
Pucho.
Go ahead, G Boogie. Go ahead.
You know what Deontay Wilder reminds me of? And it's going to be, people will take it to a joke and all that, but it actually makes sense. He reminds me of Popeye. I am what I am, and that's all that I am. I'm Popeye, the Sailor Man. Okay, because he all these years he
no, I'm your king. I'm your black.
Yeah. Well, he haven't his ability haven't changed. He still has the one punch knockout, which that's good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but what else do you bring out through the whole thing? You know what I mean? And then you're trying to give this false bravado about yourself that you're this destroyer. You destroyed everybody.
You're unbeatable.
You never fought anybody. They said, "Oh, the boogeyman." Oh, come on. Luis Ortiz was offered by AJ. His manager turned it down. Okay, and he didn't know about that. His Dillian White offered him money. Oh, I'm taking Deontay Wilder second rematch. Why? Why are you taking Deontay Wilder when you made less? When Dillian White was offering you more? Okay, well, let me see. You just went 12 rounds in the first fight. Yeah, you hit him in the whatever. You knocked him down. You knocked him with a nice combination, which he could have worked on. That combination right there. If he saw Fury try to dip under, that would be a good combination for him to work on. Which I think I saw him trying to learn that uppercut, left hook, but when Fury changed his game plan, okay. You've been in the amateurs. You won a bronze medal. Okay, well, obviously you have some type of knowledge on how different people attack you. Okay, so why couldn't you change up the same way Fury changed up his tactics in the fly, in the middle of the ring? Why couldn't you adjust yourself? And then you're going to go and blame everybody the fuck else for your misfortune? No.
The thing is, though, right? The thing is, if you're just a one-trick pony with a big right hand, right, then you have to disguise that right hand coming now and again. He pulls it back, telegraphs the fucking thing. It's coming from his waist. I mean, look, I could see every time Wilder was going to land, was going to throw. Sorry, I could see when he was going to do it, and I'm just a boxing fan watching on the TV. So a man like Tyson Fury is going to read that all day. Like, at least disguise it. You've got to feint. You've got to fucking work behind the jab. You've got to, use the jab and then bring it behind the jab. You've got to fucking try come underneath shots with it. He just does none of that. He just sits there and because his footwork is so bad. His footwork's so bad. He struggles to get.
And then when he tries to get sophisticated, he does it's the obvious little trick, right? Okay, it might work on certain people. When you kind of bend your body, your upper torso, and you jab at a man's stomach, and then you come up with the overhand right out of nowhere. Fury knows he knows when you're jabbing low to his body, he knows you're trying to do that.
Yeah.
He knows it. Okay, so he's not gonna fall for that because he fought you already. He
Trying
already
to do
fought you
Eric
and he
Morales.
seen tape of you, and so he has a beat on you. You know what I'm saying? He's got a beat, and I felt I felt bad as the fight was going along because he didn't know those things. Like, dude, there's a reason why it's not working. He knows that you're trying. He knows what you're trying to do. Okay. He not only that he's watched video on you, and not only that most boxers know, at least they should know, that when a guy's dipping his body low, his upper body low, jabbing to the body, he's trying to come upstairs with the overhand right or left, depending on what angle he's coming from. Okay? So, but you're still doing it? Like, dude. You're like, and it's not working. Okay.
What do you what do you
trying
guys
it,
think
but it's
was the
not working.
plan from Mike Breland and Diaz? What was the plan they worked
Knock
on?
Fury out.
I mean, are you serious? After like, come on, that cannot
The
be.
game plan, mate. What do you think was the game plan? Go in there and jab with him and win on points. The game plan was
Wow.
land the right hand. Just
But like
whenever
Stu
you have the
said,
opportunity, throw it off of the jab and catch him in the head and try and knock him out.
but like,
That
yeah,
is
but
the only game plan they were thinking of.
Yeah.
did he even spar? Because if he would have sparred, he
I
would.
don't
They
know.
would like there would have been mistakes that would have been like perceived, right? Like because
you remember that
I think
quote
they
that Cole
tried to
did?
slow him down as well, by the way, because they did look like they wanted to jab to the body at the start of the fight, but Fury just took that away from him because
That
he
too.
just stepped off of the jab to the body, and Wilder started to have to lunge. So Fury stepped back those 6 inches off of the toe because Fury's a student of the game. Like Reggie
That's
was
right.
talking about on tape. Fury doesn't need to know on tape. He already knew his range difference from Wilder from the first fight. He knew it. He had it in his brain. He remembered it. So he knew his distance from Wilder. He knew how far he needed to be off of his toe. He knew exactly where he needed to be, where his feet needed to be. Wilder can't do that. He isn't that type of boxer. He hasn't been in a boxing gym since he was 5 years old. He wasn't around a dad who was fighting Henry Akinwande, for Christ's sake.
That's right.
Like John Fury was fighting against good fighters as a pro boxer himself. He was in the gym from 5 years of age, watching a British mid-tier level fighter on his way through. He's been around guys like Peter Fury, his Uncle Huey, his whole life, like genuinely good boxing trainers who trained a hell of a lot of top British amateurs. His entire life, he's been around nothing but boxing. So he's been studying it, watching it, boxing it. Like, he's going to be able to pick up on these subtleties. Wilder's a failed basketball player who's strong, who went over to boxing late and just started bombing people out because he was able to do that because he was strong enough. But then
He was still
goes in with a
driving
guy.
He was
He
driving
goes
a
in-
Coca-Cola truck on rival to like the age of 20, maybe 22. He's still driving a Coca-Cola truck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's same thing I said about Andy Ruiz, but Tyson Fury is the same. He's been boxing ever since he's a little kid, and he's comes from a boxing family, like you're saying.
He comes from a genuine fighting background as well. Like on sites, you're boxing nearly every day on a traveler. You are. You're bare knuckling as a kid. You're going up to the boxing gym to get away from that. I mean, that's what he is. This is the one thing Tyson Fury knows in life is how to fight. So if you look at it like realistically, he's had 19 rounds in there with Wilder. Wilder's had 19 rounds in there with Fury. The one thing Wilder's learned is that Fury can beat him and can go the distance with him. He can knock him out and he can beat him. He can go to full 12 and he can put it on him. What Fury has learned is the distance, the space, how to take away the right hand, how to take away the lead, how to pressure him, how to move off of the jab, how to stay away from him. He's learned everything you need to be able to beat Deontay Wilder. Like I think it's worth it if you can get a loan of £1 million putting $1 million down on Tyson Fury. I really do.
Look, I think Tyson Fury is the Vernon Forrest to Shane Mosley sort of. And,
I know what you're saying.
I think he's the Winky right to the Tito Trinidad as well.
Yeah, it's just one of them styles.
It's one of those things, yeah.
Yeah. Like
I think he's much
style,
more than that.
a style could come along. My point is because a style could come along, like I said, the triangle theory with Vernon Forrest, Mosley, and Mayorga. Like Vernon Forrest, like Mosley was a monster when Vernon Forrest beat him. I mean, trust me that he was a monster. beating
Yeah,
everyone.
and by
And
the way,
Vernon
that was
Forrest,
Al Heyman's first fight.
yeah, but Vernon Forrest obviously had a style that Mosey just couldn't cope with. Yeah, Mayorga went in there and bashed Vernon
Sparked
Forrest
him.
all over the place, but
It took
it just
his
didn't make
heart.
sense. And then when hang on a sec,
Took,
Gonzalo.
no, no, I mean, that was
I'm
me.
not
Go
even
ahead.
speaking.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
I didn't hear
Sorry, I
you.
thought it was Gonzalo. Yeah, and then Mayorga obviously destroyed Vernon Forrest, and then Shane Mosley goes and destroys Mayorga. So it's like that's a pure evidence of styles make fights. And I
Triangle
think
theories doesn't work, man. It doesn't work.
Yeah, well, this one it does, sort of thing. But with there's going to be a style that'll come along that could beat Tyson Fury. Yet Wilder could probably land the right hand on him and get the win against the guy.
That's why, you know something, Stu, and I'm happy you brought that up. That's why I say I'm not too sure he beats Joshua. Fury, that is. I'm not too sure. I can see that fight getting too tactical, and who's landing the harder punches. I think you would have to favor
The
someone.
thing is, though, my problem with Joshua is he going to still have the sting of them shots in the latter rounds? Because he's not going to be able to fight like he did against Ruiz because he's going to be fighting at a pace.
Well, put it this way: Wilder could go in there and spark AJ out in 3 rounds, right? Let's say if he could.
Yeah, well, he could do. He could.
Where Fury, I could see Fury having a hard time with Joshua, even if he wins. I can see them because Joshua knows how to box. So
yeah, exactly.
He's not going to get. He's not going to be outboxed.
Fury also. Don't get it twisted though by that performance against Wilder. Fury also he's a very slick boxer and also knows how to box. This guy outboxed Vladimir Klitschko. So,
I would take him to beat AJ.
Yeah, I'm going to pick him to beat AJ. To be honest with you, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what Wilder would.
He would show up. He would show up because he's always shown up for the big fights. But would he get a little too complacent now that he's reached the top? I think maybe the guy that gives us more problems is an heralded fighter that we don't know nothing about that'll bring problems. Because he doesn't necessarily step out.
Talk about him, but like guys like I see what you're saying. In other words, a guy like Tyson Fury, he's unpredictable with his characteristics. Now I hope and I think that he's taking it serious because there's a lot of money at the end of that rainbow, and I'm thinking that he's looking at that, and so
he's Irish. He's Irish. He's Irish, McGregor. Gotta give me Lucky Charms.
He's crazy.
The fuck? You don't see me. You don't see me. You never hear me talking about Andy Ruiz needs to get his burritos, his pitbull, and his fucking tacos.
But it's not going for energize. So I can have an energize.
Lucky Charms is an American thing. Gotta taste the rainbow. What's that? That's Skittles, isn't it?
No, it's recognize talking about the
right.
Gold
This is going to you now. But you never had a son.
The thing is, though,
Ben O'Donnell.
do you know the thing? Oh, sorry, I didn't realise he had the soundbite. The thing that worries me about Joshua and making this big fight, with Joshua now, you're just not 100% confident with the guy. He could go in there and get caught with the right hand by Pulev, and it's all over. You know what I mean? I'm picking him to beat Pulev. Don't get me wrong. You just don't know with Joshua, and my confidence is still not back because, like I said, even with the Ruiz fight in the rematch, he was hanging around far too long at times. He was close to getting caught with big shots. I mean, he managed to avoid it.
Look at that pick that you have.
If that was a Ruiz in a bit of shape, then that little fraction of a second could have been,
made a big difference in a fight.
Exactly, brother.
Yeah. This is a good barometer for AJ. Pulev, he got knocked out by Vladimir Klitschko. So, Pulev is not too far removed from his prime. So, for AJ to fight Pulev, if AJ can dominate Pulev, we can kind of make a comparison like an all-time great scale how good Anthony Joshua is compared to that.
Oh, come on. Kuba Pulev is a Bulgarian. He's a Bulgarian with a Cuban passport. That dude's been 50 since he was 10. That dude looks 100 years old for the last 50 years.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be impressed if AJ. I mean, look, it'll be nice to just see him. That means that he's fighting to his capability, right? Because I think he hasn't been for a little while. So
how many times has Pulev lost? How many times has Pulev lost? Recognize.
Let me finish.
How many times has he lost?
One. He's only lost one fight, and it would be if Joshua knocks him out. nobody's going to be surprised. It's just him fighting to his ability. And Pulev has been, he's been sparked out by a guy like Klitschko, who was towards the ending of his career, and AJ beat that Klitschko, who was towards the ending of his career. So nobody's going to be that surprised.
But he was an all-time great. But when we're talking about that O's, does this apply to the heavyweights? When don't risk the O is not that important. Well, he lost only one time. Or is
I
the
don't think
heavyweight thing a
O's
little
matter
different?
at all. I don't think O's matter at all. But like, if we're like, it just means that you haven't been challenged. And if we're being honest here, Gonzalo,
Yeah, well, he
go
lost
over
to an
to
all-time great.
Yeah, he did, but he fought a fuck ton of trash. His resume is I'll be honest with you. His resume is on par with Luis Ortiz.
Are you talking about Pulev? Are you talking about Pulev?
Pulev, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, to be honest with you, the most exciting fight I've seen Pulev involved in is when he got knocked the fuck out by Vladimir Klitschko. I mean, that really says it all about the guy.
Well,
I mean, did you watch
the
his
other
fight
one
with
is
Huey
Bogdan
Fury?
Dinu. Have you
Did
seen the Dinu
Did
fight?
you watch his fight with Huey Fury? I mean,
It was
Jesus
trash.
Christ.
It was trash.
It was dreadful. It was dreadful. I mean, look,
It was like watching two paraplegics do hardcore pornography. It was chronic.
the thing is with Pulev, he like I said, he's quite a hard man to beat because he gets behind the jab, he gets behind his guard, and he's got that typical Eastern European guard, a real tight guard, and he just does the straight punches, the jab. He's got a very good jab, and he's quite good with that right hand when he follows through with the right hand. Joshua gets caught with right hands quite often. I mean, Klitschko nearly fucking took his head off with one. So, that's just what I'm worried about a little bit. I'm picking Joshua to win the fight. I expect Joshua to stop him. I think Joshua needs to go out and look. He had his chance. Look, no one really got on Joshua's back for doing what he did in the Ruiz rematch. He had to get his belts back. He was under a lot of pressure. We understand that. It's time to go and shine now. You got to go and outshine what Fury did, and now to do that, he's got to go and knock Pulev out. He can't be no points on the back foot. No way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's got to use
to me,
straight jabbing punches to the body and the straight right hands.
To me, in some ways, by the way, this is gonna sound stupid to some people, but me, some ways, I think it'd actually be more impressive if he could dominate Pulev on points just off of the jab than it would be if he blitzed him. And the only reason I say that is Pulev doesn't really have a lot of heart. He capitulates. He really does, and he's always been that way. And he's kind of the type of guy who can give up. But the other thing about Pulev is his jab is one of the best in the heavyweight division. And I think it's more impressive if you can time and just beat him than just blowing through him like Klitschko did. Because from a boxing
I agree
point
with
of view,
you. You know what? Because he got that room to spare. Because he got a high KO percentage, and Joshua did he got that room to like play around per se with him bettering his back foot game. And this is a perfect fight for him to do that. I totally agree with you, and Rival. He could perfect his back foot game with Pulev while still maintaining a high KO percentage. Although he don't really need to look out for the knockout in this fight. Yeah,
the thing what Pulev has to do, that jab is very key, but he has to obviously follow through with the big right hand afterwards. You can't be just trying to use the jab to beat Joshua. It's never going to be enough. You can't be throwing single shots. He has to like double it up and then follow through with the right hand. He has to get through that Joshua guard. Joshua, like I said, the way Klitschko did that, I mean, he bluffed Joshua that he was throwing a left hook and followed through with the right hand straight down the middle. That's what you got to do. You got to use a bit of fucking IQ. You're not going to just like he usually does, a boring Eastern European, that boring European style. You know, that one fucking flick out the jab and then hold in the pocket and then just go. Yeah, one of them performances is not going to be enough. So that's the way
he gets a lot of. I have to go back on my words, Stu. But look, I mentioned that you hardly see any heavyweights knocking out fighters to the body. Well, actually, now that I think of it, Pulev gets a lot of knockouts to the body. I know he only got 50% KO ratio, 28 fights, 14 KOs, but he knocks out guys to the body with that straight right hand to the pit of the stomach.
And to the top of the chest, he sucks the air out of them.
Yeah, you rarely see heavyweights knocking out other heavyweights to the body, but this guy, he does that. So it's kind of interesting. But I think if Joshua, if he go to the distance, he could learn a lot from his back foot game. He still got punching power. It would just overall round him out to where when they said, oh, they better get to AJ soon because he's only getting better, I still think that is that threshold where he's improving. but there's that X factor to where is he a little bit like wary of his chin? That is he fighting scared, or is he going to be able to be well balanced to know that he can box and still got the power, that he's not fighting scared? Because he did show that Stu, and I agree, he didn't do shit less. He didn't do too much in the Parker fight. He was fighting scared.
Look, for some reason, I think after the Joshua, the Klitschko fight, I think that big shot he took off Klitschko, and he took a few big shots, let's be real. I mean, how he got up from that shot, I'll never know. I mean, Klitschko's got over 50 knockouts. Most of them are staying on the ground. Joshua showed incredible chin that night, but the problem with Klitschko is most young fighters would have got Joshua out there that night, but Klitschko just didn't have enough in the tank. He went in the tank to try and find that extra bit of energy to get the stoppage. There was just nothing there, and and he just gave AJ just far too much time to get his legs back, and that was the problem. But the thing is, if that's a younger guy in there, then maybe it's a different story. But look, that shot probably changed Joshua's game plans. I mean, because Joshua was really exciting before that, coming forward and just throwing bombs. Look, very dangerous game to play, but it's exciting to watch. But yeah, I think after that big shot he took off Klitschko, I think he started try to throw. I wouldn't say he was throwing less punches, but it just wasn't as exciting, if you get what I'm saying. And
it's like he digressed since that fight.
His shots didn't seem to have the same pop on them. It's like because he was on his toes instead of planting his feet, and just not getting the pop behind his shots. That's why they were staying up.
It seems like he like got worse from that fight. He's not progressing from that. I'm not saying look he's dropped off tremendously. What I mean is he reacts to punches really different now. I remember Parker hurting him.
And the thing is, it's like he closes his eyes and just puts his hands up. It's like he doesn't know what's coming next. That's dangerous, man. You can't be closing your eyes, not knowing when a shot's coming.
Yeah, guys, that's what's concerning. Look, he got the mixture of power and boxing skills, but is he a little bit like
shook? He's a little bit shook.
Yes. I need to listen to you guys.
I wouldn't call it shook. I wouldn't call it shook.
It's what I mean by shook is he's afraid of getting caught with a big shot.
Yeah, of course. Right.
Yeah. So it kind of like, when you think about something so much that when you get hit, you can actually like fuck yourself up. It's not as bad as you're making it out to be, but you get hit and you're like, oh shit, there it is. Oh, I'm all over the floor. I have a feeling that's what's going on a little bit with him.
Like I said, I still think he's a bit short of confidence, to be honest with you. I mean, that's why the Wilder Joshua fight, it just couldn't be more far away if we thought about it, really. I mean, it's just, there's no one calling for that fight. You've got two guys that
are never going to happen.
Well, mentally frail at the moment. I still think Joshua, I think it's going to take a dominant performance where he goes in there and puts a beating on Pulev and stops him. And I think that's going to do him the world of good. I just don't think he can keep boxing like he did against Ruiz in the second one, because I just, in the end, he's going to come up against someone that's just got a bit more about him than Andy Ruiz. Fat ass on the night.
I don't think Wilder Joshua will ever happen, if I'm being honest with you.
No,
Wilder or
Fury? I think Fury's put an end to that, bro. I really do.
I think Fury's gonna put a permanent end in the rematch, and then I think Fury and Joshua, they'll fight for undisputed. I don't know who I'm rocking with. When we get to that fight, we'll have my prediction then. I think most of us might be in the same boat on this. But
I'll tell you what, man. Can you imagine how fucking lit the YouTube boxing community is going to be if that fight gets? It's going to be fucking lit, man.
Well,
and Rival, hold on. Look, think about it. Look, if he is shook, was there always a question about his chin? Because look, Andy Ruiz, to be honest, he's a good fighter. I've always mentioned, but I got to call it spade a spade. He's not the hardest puncher. So is there like a big question around AJ's chin that hasn't been answered?
Gonzalo, you and I, we've discussed the power of Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is the type of guy who, if you get hit by him, he's not going to knock you out. But if he hits you often enough and he lands on you, it's going to wear you down and take you out. And AJ at the time, we know what his biggest issue was. The extra bulk on his body and his stamina. So with that said, when you're being hit by a 265-pound, like 14-punch combos on the head, That wasn't a chin
Exactly.
issue. That was a stupidity issue.
No. But
Yep.
we're facing
Stupid.
a 270-pound. I thought you were speaking about Fury. It's gonna present the same issues because if Andy Ruiz can knock out Joshua, I think 6'9", 270-pound, 73-pound Fury can present the same type of power that will
I
knock
do,
out
but
Joshua.
it's a different. It's a completely different
I'm going with
style.
Gonzalo here. I'm going with Gonzalo. The thing with Fury is so versatile, and like it's a puzzle that's just it's hard to fucking put together. And Joshua's going to find out if Joshua starts outboxing Fury from outrange, he's going to have Fury in his face in the pocket and mauling him. Can he cope with that? Has he got the tank for that? Has he got the heart for that for a start? All these questions are going to be asked. Like I said, it's going to be a really close fight. Don't get it twisted. Don't think Anthony Joshua's going to go in there and get pounded on for 7 rounds. That's not going to happen,
No.
man. It's not. Joshua's going to have his moments in this fight because he's a good fighter. He's a fucking world-class fighter.
He has better
The problem with
yeah.
Joshua is I still think he's mentally a bit frail himself, and I think if it starts not going his way, I think he could fall to pieces, and that's what worries me about him.
Real fast, I want to say this real quick, right before I leave, because I need to get something done. There's over 180 people watching right now, and there's only half the likes. Smack the damn like button. Support the show. It's free as hell. Get it over 100.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
What time is it over there? Do it. What time is it in the morning over there? On Rival.
You can imagine Arnie saying. You can imagine Arnie saying that to his missus while he's fucking pushing her head down, isn't it?
What time is it? Rival over there.
Well, that hit the spot. Well, that hit the spot.
It's probably.
Rival, what time
is it in the UK?
Ireland. Yes.
7:15.
Okay, go get your Lucky Charms and come back.
Oh.
Oh, let's get it on, Joe. The junkies back.
I love Lucky Charms. Have you noticed the boxes are like becoming smaller?
Teach this fucking kid a little manners. I'm just saying, teach him a little manners.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound like the perfect time to get some breakfast? 7:15. I'm gonna go get some Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
New World Order.
All right, guys.
But
You know what?
guys absolutely step over my punchline. But anyways,
No, we got the punchline.
We got it. You don't have to explain it again.
So what's gonna be the Cinco de Mayo fight this year? Is it Canelo Callum Smith?
I don't know. Hey, do you know what?
I think Billy Joe Saunders is favourite. I think Canelo's coming with a bigger offer. So
he don't give a shit, right, Stu? He never announces fighters with the urgency. Fans.
Steroids.
This motherfucker will come out to the last minute. Mind you, we're all salivating. We all hate him.
But you know why he does that, though?
But he don't announce his fight. Hey, when is he fighting? And he
but he
don't
does
give a
that.
shit.
You know why he does it? He does that, Gonzalo, so his opponent gets less training camp. I mean, that's what he does.
Oh, that's so cheap.
I never thought about that, Stu. Nailed it on the head.
That's so cheap.
No problem.
That's what he's doing it for.
You're gonna find out about.
Do you think Canelo's sitting at home, right, eating fucking tacos, wondering who he's going to fight? He's in the gym training. He's training for Billy Joe. He's watching Billy Joe videos.
Jacket and all.
Yeah.
I was coming in with a hat and all.
Well, he knows he's gonna be fighting on May the 4th, so that's a guarantee. Now against who?
No matter what you wear.
Timestamp that because that's really, really something that I hadn't realized. And it's true. He could be training his ass off right now, but let the opponent know to like the last minute. And he's at the elite level to where that's eating away at 2 weeks at the other guy's training camp.
You got to remember, a lot of fighters, right? A lot of fighters don't like spending money on a fight that's not signed. You've only got to look at the amount of money fighters have lost. Tyson Fury lost 150 grand in training camps with David Haye pulling out the fucking time. Why do you think there's so much animosity between John Fury and David Haye? This is not because David Haye picked Deontay Wilder to win. This is because David Haye cost the Furies £150,000 in fucking training camps. So these fighters, they're not. If they don't know they're fighting, they're not going to go and get the best sparring partners. They're not going to put all the work in and get the nutritionists on board. They're sort of like don't know what to happen. Then Canelo tells them with about 5 weeks to go that the fight's on. They're fucking rushing around just trying to make weight.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
It takes time.
The con man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You nailed it, man.
That's a good point. Bravo, Stu. Bravo. You figured it all out.
Bravo,
You're
bravo,
amazing.
Stu.
You,
That's what I've been trying to tell you, Stu.
Hey,
The
Stu.
guy's a con
You're-
man.
you're amazing. You figured this all out already.
Look, I keep it real. Look, that's the fact. That's why he does it. But I've also got eyes and they work. The guy's a talent. Yes, he gets his advantages. But like I said, even if he didn't have these advantages, he'd still win these fights. That's why I don't understand why he does it. This is why he gets a lot of boxing fans that don't like the guy.
You know why?
He gets his advantages when he don't need them. This guy
The
is a very,
low-life
very talented
scumbag.
He learned this from Floyd. He got fucked up by Floyd, and now he believes that it's his right to do this. He thinks it's part of the game, but you don't have to continue this tradition.
That's right, Stu. Be honest. He's a scumbag.
That's the only comment I didn't like when he appeared on the Mexican channel, the Spanish channel. Kimbocho, when he said he deserved more money to fight Floyd than he got when he did.
Yeah.
Look,
Recognize
he offered Billy Joe Saunders $7.7 million now.
Stu, he's a fucking devil. Tell the truth, okay?
Hey, recognize.
Kovalev
I
got
can imagine
12 million.
recognizing.
Oh
I can imagine recognize his house. I bet he's got a fucking garage just with a dartboard with Canelo's face on it. You know, a punching bag with Canelo's face on it. You know, he just fucking. I bet he's even got Canelo Alvarez toilet paper to wipe his ass on.
Yeah, he got a Golovkin shrine.
Hey,
he got a Golovkin shrine with candles on it.
You're lucky I didn't behave the way the Wilder fans are behaving today, because I was pissed off when they fucking gave the fight to Canelo. It was close, but I was still pissed off. I was like, motherfucker. That's all you heard.
A side. You got A side, homie.
Yeah, you got A side. No, that was a close fight.
No, I'm telling you though now, right? If Billy Joe Saunders can get in any sort of shape and get up for it, he's going to be a hard night at the office for Canelo Alvarez. I'm picking Canelo to win. I just don't see how Billy Joe's going to get the decision on the cards for a start. But Billy Joe can make it fucking awkward, mate. He can make it. Canelo Alvarez struggles with footwork. We've seen that through his whole career. Anyone with decent footwork, but you've got to punch back as well. You can't just run. You've got to punch back.
That's the problem with Billy Joe. He doesn't punch back.
Yeah, this is the problem. Yeah,
Canelo's gonna walk through him. He's gonna eventually.
But the thing is, he did, like I said, he did with Lemieux. The thing is, like he said, he's punching back with that, and that's why he looked so good, because he was doing both. But with Canelo Alvarez, you make a mistake, you come short with a jab, you're getting punished. You throw a shot out of range and fall short, you're getting punished. I mean, it's just going to be.
A lot of people say Canelo don't got the greatest work, but I have to say that he kind of makes up for his waist move. He's stationary, but he's like dancing, like in a stationary position, like in a car. Imagine like you're sitting in a car, but you're moving your waist. He's like that. He's compensating for the lack of footwork by the ability to move his waist.
And so Billy Joe, he just doesn't like body shots. Canelo Alvarez is the best in the business at throwing them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a problem. I mean, when you try and break down this fight, who does what better? There's not really much that Billy Joe wins. It's like the footwork, the boxing IQ, you could say, is similar. They're different sort of styles, so it's hard to compare. But like back foot fighting, Billy Joe wins all day long. He's a very skilled technician. But Canelo Alvarez he's in the form of his life. I think Billy Joe is going to have to come forward and throw shots, and that's when he exposes himself. So for me, like I said,
maybe not expose himself.
I think Canelo stopped him. I think Canelo Alvarez stopped him, to be honest with you.
No.
And if it goes a distance, it'll bring out the best in Billy Joe Saunders to where maybe like Hopkins, Roy Jones back in the day. It's not the best comparison to where, even though one fighter lost, his name kind of grew. So if Billy Joe turns in a good performance against Canelo, because he usually fights to the level of his opposition. It's the same thing with the Tyson Fury. I don't know if it's a gypsy thing, but I don't even know if they're related. Maybe, but if Billy Joe Saunders turns in a good performance, still loses, I think his stock will remain, maybe rise a little bit.
If Billy Joe Saunders beats Canelo, can you imagine the fucking heads of the British boxing fans? They'd be walking around with heads like
that'd be
walking
crazy.
around with heads like Nikolai Valuev. They'd be fucking.
Yeah, that'd be a great moment.
Yeah, it'd be
mate,
historical.
there'd be no shutting them up. I mean, have you seen them? They're torturing the LDBC. I mean,
Yeah.
the UK fans are brutal, aren't they? And then when you get a few Americans and Mexicans in there attacking them as well, they're getting attacked from all angles. They're going to have to surrender eventually.
Yeah.
It's like Berlin is surrounded. Just a matter of time. You know? Just a matter of time.
It's like the fucking. If you've seen that, the Great Wall of China, that movie. There's only so long they can hold out for before they get overtaken.
Yeah. Hey guys, we're gonna end the show. It's been like 3 hours, so better call it a
Let me
night.
check the block, Bucho, because like we didn't really speak about it too much. But if it delivers like to be a classic, like I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, this is a great fight. But Gotti versus Mickey Ward, not the greatest fighters, but a great fight. Morales, Barrera, elite fighters at the time. Yes, you could say that. Maybe a level step beneath that. But if these guys, although they're not the greatest, they're not elite, but they're pretty good fighters. They deliver, and this turns out to be a barn burner. Man, this is gonna be a great fight. I think, in my opinion. So I just throwing it out there. And I'm picking up Mikey Garcia to win.
Yeah, me too. I'm picking Mikey Garcia. I think he's just much better.
Maybe he gets dropped early, but anyhow. Yeah.
I think he's gonna get hurt. I don't know if he goes down.
Daryl, take your race card. Fucking shove it where the sun don't shine, son. You're in the wrong place to be waving that. You're lucky we don't take it out of your hand and slap you around the face with it. Stop crying. There's no racism been here tonight. I've been defending well, I haven't been defending. I've just been saying, look, I'd like to see him fucking regroup, and I don't want to see him get bashed all over the ring again, like I did on Saturday. So there's been no racism. We're going to cry somewhere else, but no one cares anymore. Like I said, your Wakandan god got knocked the fuck out. There's no reason for you to be here anymore.
Yeah, this is the race channel. We don't play the we don't play the what's his name again? Barbershop. He starts his videos with it feels so good to be a black man. Like, how is that supposed to be a fucking boxing channel? But anyways, listen, this channel, BDA Boxing.
He's only playing, so if that's the case, I apologise. But look, with this place, we have so many people come here who call us racist. We don't know who's fucking being serious or joking anymore because it's just all the time. So and it's getting tiring and corny as fuck as well. Like I said, when racism's about, we'll call it out. But right now, I haven't seen any tonight. That's for sure.
And by the way,
Boogie's a black man. Apologies, a black man. Hey, they're real friends to the show. They're good guys.
We are an international panel. And we can't say the same thing about these other channels. Let's be honest. It's all the same. They're all the same. Like there's no diversity there.
We get guys calling in, still trying to condone fucking Wilder's behaviour, still trying to make excuses for the ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of these glove theories, these costume theories. And like I said, I think his wife's the only one that hasn't been blamed yet. She'll get blamed soon.
It's getting pathetic.
I don't know.
It's pretty pathetic. And these phone calls, I don't know what to say. Like, they're talking about the gloves. There's something with the gloves. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody knows what you're talking about. It's not even an issue. And then they call us Deontay Wilder haters. Well, you sound like a lover. Like you're in love with Deontay Wilder, and you feel the need to defend him and defend all these excuses. That's like you sound like a lover. Wilder
King Pucho, he's Mexican, but we talk about Andy Ruiz. He don't pull no punches, right? Andy Ruiz is comporting himself like a piece of shit, and he calls it.
We said it. Yeah, these guys. I mean, he didn't turn up.
Look, I'm the first to fucking criticize Kell Brook when his name's mentioned. He used to be one of my favourite fighters. I told you the truth about Anthony Joshua. You get the truth here, mate. We're not going to just sit here and like these corny channels that make a living out of fucking licking Deontay Wilder's ass, telling everyone how great he is for 3 hours a night.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck's sake! I'll tell you what. If I wouldn't come on this show if that was what it's about.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Oh, it'd be dreadful, wouldn't it?
Now they have to defend Wilder because what else are they gonna say? He wasn't that good. He's not like they can't accept the fact that he's not better than that he's not better than Tyson Fury. So they have to come up with all these excuses. Come on.
The thing is, I honestly believe, right, they're at a state now where they probably wished he'd got knocked out by Joshua instead. Because it's even worse, a white dude knocking him out on Black History Month. It's fucking, like I said, it's eating, it's eating away at them. It's eating away at them. Like I said, they made it about this, so let them fucking suffer. You know?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you. That's what happens when you invest in another human being, in another boxer. When you don't invest in the sport, you invest in just one fighter. When he gets beat, it's all out the window for you. You got nothing else to talk about.
That's right. That's right. We got plenty to talk about here because we do love the sport of boxing, unlike other channels. But guys, we're gonna end the show, and I want to thank you. Who's in the panel right now? Stu, Pete. Well, Pete wasn't in there, and Gonzalo. Guys, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you, I guess, tomorrow. So have a good night. Enjoy the fights, people. Also, everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fights.
See you later.
Oh, I want to thank Chris K, Manuel Rodriguez, and Revolucion for your contributions. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Obviously, that's not the outro song, so give me a few seconds.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Totally fucking
Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Then let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a little fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. Lobito! Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.